Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Hello, hi, happy Wednesday. We're back. I'm back. I'm here. I was going to say clean. Just got out of the shower, a little damp still. Got a kitty cat. I got a cup of coffee. What else could you want? I want to thank, let me see here, CB for a 45-month resub. Thank you very much, CB. Welcome back. Back in the game after a few years. So glad I caught you on here. Welcome, Ophelia. Hi, Rebuns. How you doing? Plans on playing other games? No plans. No plans. Sometimes it happens, but I would say most of the time, the vast majority of the time, I do this. This is my thing. Yammy Whammy, thanks for giving out some gifts. Holy moly, what a way to start a day. Hello, Hazel and Miss Kira. All right, I was doing everybody's favorite content, material math. I wanted to catch up on my Dracothus transmutes, but I also wanted to turn TSM back on because I had them off for a sec. So let's hang on a moment. Let's get our sound turned back up. I had it down for keys. Sometimes if the monsters yell at me too loudly, I get scared and don't heal as good. And then we want to turn Trade Skill Master back on so that we can get our price data up and running. They are mad. Thank you for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Amy Yui with a 3-month resub. Good morning. Good morning. And Silver Stitcher with a 14-month resub. Thank you. Hope you were able to rest over your weekend. Shocked when I saw your hair. Just surprised me. It is surprising. It is very different. I was reflecting recently on how I feel real warm and fuzzy and tickled on the inside that like my core group of people here really didn't mind when I cut my hair, but I may have damaged my initial curb appeal to people that don't know me yet. That's a later me problem. Okay, I was checking to see, I mean, I don't need TSM for this technically, but I just wanted to see, what do I need to shop for? There we go, yeah, so it's a decent day to do it. I can do this 5 times, so we're saying 1,500, 1,210 glow spores. That sounds about right. I won't worry about the additional craft in 2 hours. So I've got those saved. 1,210. And then 250 gem dust. I have 78. Man. Let's just get 200 and then we'll have some extra. Make the math easier. 200 gem dust. I mean, we're going to use it eventually. Good. I had my DP cord randomly go out. Made both my monitors turn off. Oh, geez. Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah. Oh, that's scary. That's definitely the best possible place for that error to happen, though. If there was anything that was gonna fry, the cord's a good place to do it. Alrighty, let's start with a little Dracothus. I might start with our time-honored crafting some stuff while drinking coffee and catching up because I love it. It's my favorite. We're gonna make sure we have. Oh, I need more of these. Can I make any more of those? I mean, I don't really need it for transmuting, but I already did files with the quick hands. They need rousing air and vials. They are profitable to make, so maybe I'll just buy some mats. Maybe I'll make those first. Maybe I'll make a batch of those first. It looks like I can sell them pretty good. No, not a whole lot of luck. We had 1 resourcefulness proc, and aside from that, pretty much nada. But that's okay. I'll just sell those. And we'll start with quick hands so that we can use one of them and then make more. So quick hands. Let's do a nice 100 batch of those, which should make a flat 200 plus multi-craft. So we're gonna say we already have the Hawk Balloon, so we just need 200 vials. I just buy things in little batches for whatever it is that I'm making, and then 400, not just rousing air, no big deal, nice and cheap. Hi, kitty cat. How you doing today? Pretty small investment. Also, before I go spending all my gold investing in new materials, I would like to share a milestone. I have 4 million gold. Thank you. Oh, earbud fell in my ear. Kitty, this is what I get for boasting. I had wanted to get to the 4 million mark, gold making wise, just to prove to myself that I was making gold again, because I had been kind of hard stuck at 3.7 mil. And then I spent some gold, and then I knew I was like crafting and selling a bunch of stuff in the new patch, but I was doing it so rapidly that I couldn't really tell what my value was at any given time, and it's nice to see that I am in fact making some gold and I'm not just moving materials around, because I mean, that's a little fun too. I could be the neighborhood potion supplier. Oh, that is rebounding a bit. That's not too bad. But it's nice if there is some profit. Have you ever tried giving your mom a Switch with Stardew Valley, see if she likes it? I have never done that. There's a non-zero chance that it would work, and there's also a pretty high chance that it wouldn't. There's probably some things that are ahead of a switch for her on her list. We're gonna make one, and then we're gonna use one of them. And then I'm gonna see if I can, Kitty, if I do the cat seatbelt right here, can we go beep, 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 beep? I gotta get that earbud back. Whoa. There we go. There we go. Tess, thank you for the 25-month resub. Appreciate it. Salty about the snailies. It would be nice if they give us the rep for it. Only losing Goldie. Nothing wrong with it. What are the weeklies? So I hadn't played yesterday much. I did log on and pick up my vaults. I am prepared to tell you they were a huge disappointment. I had a PvP vault. I managed to scrape out a PvP vault on my druid. And my two options were bracers and neck, which were both very cheap options. But, you know, it's gear. At least it's slots that I needed because I needed all the slots. And then in my evoker, I had 6 options because full raid clear plus tons of keys, and 2 of my Mythic Plus options were 441. I couldn't take either of them. I don't remember the details, but my options were not very usable. I ended up taking some legs. I took these things. They're 434, but they can be upgraded 2 more times. They're hero track, which is nice. They're mastery, which is nice. They're not tier, but they could be catalyzed eventually one day down the road. So I ended up taking those. Plus, I didn't have to break my tier set bonus to put them on. I didn't have legs on before. So it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely I don't know, it's nothing to write home about. I did, however, my item level is doing better. I'm up to 423. I got a weapon, a champion weapon that I can probably upgrade a couple. No, I need more worm crest, actually. Now that we're doing, hang on, finish your first sentence before you start another one. I got a champion weapon, and I have been upgrading it, so at least I was able to take off my old 411 Carnalex. And then I got a champion ring that I fully upgraded. I've just been kind of upgrading champion stuff in the meantime while I wait to get up to the level of content that's dropping hero track gear. We've been mostly doing 16s, which is kind of this awkward spot where you're getting aspect crest for finishing 16s, but you are only you're getting champion gear, and you actually still need worm crest to upgrade them. So I have I need worm crest basically. I need to do like 11 keys, but I don't know if that's a today me problem. We'll see. Okay, so we throw up those, except I'm going to keep like 4 of them, so we can chuck that up. That's a good start. Working up the courage to face the black flies, plant spring crops. Congrats, hit 1 mil right now. Congrats, Brie Buns. Any slightly salty, the snail was the bugged all-terrain snail quest. Oh, is that today? Is today the bugged snaily? Because that's kind of a bummer. I haven't been there yet. Let's pick something else to craft, and then I'll finish the second thought that I paused. Do we want to make convergence? That's not bad. I might want to make convergence. Convergence profitable, omnium profitable. How are we feeling about these? Those bad? No, they're good. Okay, I'm going to make some organic elemental potions of power. I couldn't figure out why people were buying those but not these, and I realized it's because they use these to craft the cauldrons. They use these to craft the cauldrons that people take to raids. So I can make quite a bit of profit on these, even if I just bought the mats, but I can actually make the mats. So let's do a big fat batch of these because it's been pretty good. So I'm going to get the mats for, I'm not going to do this wrong this time, 500 of these because it actually makes 2, and then 3,000 of these. And then we'll put it all together. So I need 500 of each type of elemental. I'm not going to worry too much about what I have already on me. So we buy 500, and then Kitty, what are you doing? Her bowl was empty this morning, and she jumped into bed and came to look at me, and she just kind of like walked up to the top of the bed where I was, and then was like, okay, so you are awake. So what gives? She didn't even meow at me. She just kind of gave me this look and was like, all right, I'll be waiting. You're still in bed. 500 of those, and then we're gonna get 3,000 Ride the Bark, Bubble Poppy, and Saxifrage. Nice and easy. 3,000 of those. You leaving? I'll miss you. I'll miss you. You can go anywhere you want, though. Hi. Ride the Bark. Pet the cat with this hand, and then buy mats with this hand. Bubble Poppy. We're gonna get 3K of these. This'll take us a while once we get this to cooking. And then Saxifrage, same thing. 5 times as much Alkenbloom, so we're talking 15,000 of those. And then I believe I'm gonna need 5,000 Draconic Vials. I think it's 5 vials per, so I think we're gonna take 5K of these. And I think that should be my whole batch worth. If you find anything exotic, What are the weeklies? So I haven't been to the caverns yet. So I need to do, actually I have, I updated Tama's Dragonflight Helper, so it's got a big list of them here. The old things I'm not really going to worry about. I'm not doing the old world boss or Trial of Flutter elements or hunts or anything like that. I'm not too fussed about that. But I am going to try and do the Loam Niffin Rep Weekly, because I think that gives you like your spark piece. Maybe. We'll find out. World boss, Researchers Under Fire, if I remember when the time is up. I won't fuss too much about that. Yes. I'm not so sure about fighting as its own. Oh yeah, fighting as its own reward is for a champ. I don't know about a champion piece of gear. I get a lot of them now. But basically making sure that I get the Niffin Weekly done is the big one. World boss would be nice also. And then profession weeklies, because I haven't done those. So I got to get the barter brick stuff turned in. My regular standard issue. Oh, I want to make an incense as well here. Let's make one of these. And then, oh, that's the wrong one. Omnium Draconis. Let's make one of these. And then just throw down an incense. Because if we can actually sell off the gold Omnium Draconis and Primal Convergence that we make here. We should have enough multicraft to still have enough stuff even with selling all the gold ones. So if I throw down an incense, and I can actually sell the extra one. If I just throw down a regular incense by putting it on my boar. There we go. Throw down that. And then we should be in good shape. So let's start with a nice 500 batch of those. Should make at least 1,000. And then we can have some coffee. Sometimes I open vaults on stream. Yesterday I was really invested in finding out what I got. And also I had a feeling it might be a tough choice. And sometimes when I'm faced with a tough choice on stream, doing it on stream can just fry my little squirrel brain. Getting too much advice from too many people and being afraid of doing the wrong thing. I'd end up just like closing it and not taking anything anyways. Especially because as a healer vault, it's not as simple as just plugging it into raid bots and having them run a sim. I know questionably Epic does stuff, but I feel like it's a little trickier still. Prop Paladin, it doesn't matter if I break my old force set. I think new stuff is better for damage and mitigation. I will break mine, but I want to break mine when I get 2-piece is the thing. If I can get to, I would break my 4-piece. I would break my entire tier set bonus if I could put on 2-piece of the season 2 bonus. The trouble is I have 0-piece and I didn't get anything out of tier. I don't have my Omni token yet. I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know. I almost don't want to get it yet because who wants to use their Omni token for 1-piece? You'd rather hold on to it so you can fill in a slot that you know you're going to need later. You can see our guild, the Hazel's Den. Oh, shucks, Macy. Tell him I said hi. Anything good in the vault? No, not really. I got some hero track legs. I shouldn't complain about them too much. I did not have to take week 1 socket tokens. That would have been brutal, but it was almost the next thing. Cat sitting there 6 in from my face, just staring. Gotta pull up the WoW head for those moments, Sims. Yeah, I've been looking through. It's trouble with not only tier that you want to avoid, but also really key embellish slots. Right now, I'm kind of an awkward thing where I'm using a lariat still. But my lariat's really not that bad because I happen to have a bunch of gems. I have gems on, I have a socket on my bracers, I have a socket on my ring, I have a socket on my helm, and I have a socket on my belt as well. So I have, it is actually doing something. I still will replace it eventually. I believe I want the bracers. I want the male embellish bracers to go with my venom steeped stompers, which I will eventually get upgraded to a higher item level, is my plan. But in the meantime, because I don't have the spark for that yet, directly assume everyone gets at least a tier piece on vaults. No. Oh, unfortunately. You have a chance to get tier in any of the slots. PvP, Mythic Plus, Raid. It could be tier, but you're not guaranteed to get tier. If I had seen any tier piece, I would have taken it. I did see that warlocks can customize their pets in the new patch. I might have missed some of the customization options. I mostly saw the imps, the fluffy looking imps. Piece of tier for 2,000. Did they fix that? They fixed it so it's actually awarding it now. I remember seeing a Wowhead article that was like, don't finish your Keystone Master. It's a trap. They must have fixed it by now. I am 1715, but we have more keys to do this week. We did a little handful. We did a little sampling of keys last night. I did a Freehold 17. We timed that. We did a Neltharian's Lair 16. We actually timed everything last night. I was pretty proud of us. We did a Brackenhide and a Nelth 16 on Fortified with the everything, and then Freehold 17. My initial impression on Entangling is that entangling is fine. I don't have like an instant root break, and sometimes I don't have room to like hover safely, but you can really just walk out of it and you have a long time to do it, and it's not really a very big deal. I don't mind it at all. I think it's fine. What was the other affix? Entangling? Oh yeah, bolstering. New bolstering is pretty funny. I feel like people fear the bolstering a little bit. Well, no, it's not that they fear the bolstering less. It's that in Eltharion's lair and in Brackenhide, okay, mostly Brackenhide Hollow, it is weirdly hard to guess which mobs will bolster, because sometimes you get a mob that's got a pack of little mobs around them, and some of them bolster and some of them don't. And we had a couple of pulls where we assumed something wouldn't bolster because a similar sized thing didn't earlier, and then it did, and then you have just the angriest dudes that are just absolutely one-shotting people with bow shots, and the poor tank. It was ugly. We had a bunch of deaths, but we did time it, and I will take that. They did fix it with reset. Yes. Bracers are expensive right now. Yeah, I'll see. Do I get a spark? I think I might get my spark this week, actually. I might be able to make him this week. We'll see how expensive is. Tangling is fine. I was quite afraid of it when I was first reading the original posts about it, because I assumed it was going to be like pulling out a root on the Pandaria farm. I thought you were going to be really slow and you were going to have to take it really far. And then it doesn't seem, I mean, you must be slow, but it doesn't seem like you're slowed at all. It seems like you can just kind of walk out. Castigal, thank you for the 8-month resub. Somebody who hasn't played the patch yet, where do you recommend starting? Campaign. Stick to the top of your quest log. They'll walk you through all the major components of the system. Do the snail showing at Glimmerog? What do you think of the Enterprise pink snail? Big Slick in the city is very cute. I did not do this, and I did do the snail showing. Yeah, I showed all 15 snails. Big Slick is very cute. He's apparently not cute enough for me to want to do the dailies every day. I do the dailies on stream, although I've heard tell that today is the broken one again. But I'll get him done eventually. Although that is also what I said about my my leftover elemental slime snail. And we have been 34 of 50 for quite some time. Tank has to move, seems to get the melee killed a lot. Ooh, yeah, that is a good point. If you've been doing things every week. I'm a bit confused about the finer details of exactly how you get a spark on your main and on your alts, or like the spark fragment, because I've been playing for 2 weeks and I think I've been getting them. I don't really know. I thought I had one on my druid because I was going to get a piece of PvP gear crafted, and then I realized what I had was the old one, so I must not have gotten it. I was just a bit confused on the details of it. But good news is I don't even need to get anything crafted on her right now, because my main goal on my resto druid was just get her PvP item level up high enough for them to let me into solo shuffle, where I can wreak havoc and make people really mad at me. They don't get that mad. But she has the item level now, because last week being a skirm bonus week or something like that, arena bonus week, I finished the weekly quest for that. That gave a bunch of honor. And just doing those games gave me a bunch of honor too. I did some 2s, I did some 3s. I got some conquest. I got my PvP vault, and then I bought some stuff, and I have enough item level now to get into shuffle. So that was the main thing. I can officially start shuffling and working on my vicious snail if I decide to vicious snail via shuffle. Honestly, having playing pre-made is actually still quite fun, because you get to play with the same comp every time, and the games are much shorter. You don't have to play 6 rounds. Yesterday was the broken one? Okay. Did you get your Old Gods book yet? No, and thank you for reminding me. I do want to go look for that, because by golly, I want that achievement. I would like to finish that. So maybe after crafting. Well, after crafting could take a while. Maybe after crafting. I am running. I did put on my thing, right? Yeah. We got 30% extra crafting speed in this. It's just a big batch. Yeah, I want to go into the Scarab vaults and look for that Old Gods book. They broke the thing where I can see through the walls with the anomaly detection, but I'll get over it. I just gotta open doors. My instinct, I don't know. I read someone say that for whatever reason, the Old Gods book seems to largely spawn on the 2nd floor. And I guess I just took that offhand wowhead comment straight to heart. And in my mind, what I want to do is only use keys on the 2nd floor. And then if I don't find it, I don't find it. Because I guess I just believe that one is truth for some reason. But it seems a bit silly to not take every chance that you can get with the book thing. And I do have lots of keys. Although eventually, if I don't find the book, I'm not going to have so many keys anymore. And I am going to be a grumpy girl if I have to go back into farming. After I had like 200 something keys, if I have to go back into farming Forbidden Reach rares and treasures and whatever just to get whatchamacallit, the last book for the Forbidden achievement. I really thought that I did not worry enough about the book achievement. I worried a lot about Scroll Hunter. I did not worry enough about the book achievement. Alchemy has been giving me good gold. Alchemy has been doing very well for me. Like any profession, you're gonna need to keep an eye on things and have your good profession gear and, get the points and spend them. But with it spec'd out, you can really do well. Hazel, grumpy games. Toy of the skeleton, the room just won't spawn. Oh, I only just found that one last week. It's well known humans have no misconceptions about probability. Yeah, that's true. And I know that, so I don't know why I believed that one so hard. Brackenhide's kind of fun. I don't mind it so much now. I don't mind it as much now that I've kind of been through it in a bit of a struggle, because I felt like that taught me the dangerous stuff. I'm more aware of which things to really react to quickly and which things I have some time. My specializations are in alchemical theory. We have it all maxed out with the exception of decayology. For ages, I had no points in transmutation, but I have changed my mind on that for the sake of Dracothist. File mastery is completely capped with the exception of final experimentation, because I don't really care about that. I've got the recipes anyways, so bite me. And then potion mastery is what I'm working on now. So when I get new stuff, I'm putting points into potion lore. I got the batch production up first because that gives you like big multi-craft, and that's important. I'm going to finish this one. I'm not super worried about the experimentation, but I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to start sinking points into air potions. But sometimes I can still profitably make them even without all of this extra stuff. So that's where we're at currently. I suppose we can just learn it. We don't have to put any points in. Yeah, 5 more points here, just to get extra flat potion skill, and then we'll start working on the air stuff. But the big, I was making a lot of gold just with this tree with everything minus decay and transmute, because that gives you the Omnium Draconis and the Primal Convergent. It gives you incenses like Sagacious Incense, and I made most of my gold off that for the first patch. It was great. Less profitable than it used to be, because now other people have also caught up and put their points there. But early on, when everybody was putting their points into like potions and files, and I was putting my points on the other side, it was decent. But the other thing you have to be aware of when you're calculating profit is if you are just, adding up the cost of the mats and the cost of what you're going to get, it's never going to be profitable. Because profit margins in Dragonflight take into account all of your crafting stats, your inspiration and resourcefulness and multi-craft. And if we look here at the statistics for this, it's showing me that I'm on average making 9 gold and 85 silver profit on average every time I craft an Omnium Draconis. But if you didn't have Craft Sim and you weren't doing that math, because I'm not doing that math, that's hard math. But if you didn't have Craft Sim to do the math for you and tell you that, and you were just adding up the cost, you'd be like, oh, if I don't proc anything, I'm actually going to lose 27, 28 gold every time I craft this. Which apparently 52% of the time you lose 28 gold per time. And if you only proc inspiration, that is also a gold loss, because these aren't worth all that much in their gold form. So that makes it, a lot of people will, I'm assuming anyways, will just look at the numbers of like what the mats cost and what the expected craft is, or just the regular craft, and be like, oh, that's not profitable. But on average, I'm making this like 1,000 times or 3,000 times, and I am not quite, but effectively guaranteed of profiting, because sometimes you are going to proc a multi-craft, and sometimes you are going to inspire in multi-craft, and sometimes you'll proc resourcefulness. And it's taking all of that into account when it's coming out with that final number. It kind of averages out over time. So that's where a lot of people are kind of running into this, oh, it's not profitable for me, is maybe it is. Especially if you've done good, you've got your blue, all your blue profession equipment, you've got it at a rank 5. I'm still wearing a rank 4 robe. I got to get that recrafted. You've enchanted your profession tool. That's important. You can put enchants on those. You've spent all your profession points. All of those stats are going to be working for you, and you need to either be really good at math or have an add-on to tell you what the end number is after that. Room's been spawning on all levels for me. The book room? Okay. New people wouldn't mind after a few runs. Brackenhide, the first boss, scares me. The first boss was the thing that took us like 15 minutes on... I don't remember what level we did, but we did a Brackenhide that was like above my pay grade last week on Tyrannical, and the first boss it felt like progressing on a raid. But I think it's because we didn't really know it super well. And after we ran it enough times, we started to get a feel for what to do for each of the different mechanics, because there's just a lot of them. The other bosses in Brackenhide are dead easy compared to the first one. They're not... It's not that they can't kill you. They can, but they're just simple. They are straightforward. They are easy to do. You kite the hyena into the trap. You let the tank get eaten by the tree. Don't stand in the frontal cone. Kill the poison totem. It's like very straightforward things without too much other stuff happening at once. They kind of feed you one mechanic at a time for the most part. Crafting really quickly, partly because of my profession points that give you extra crafting speed, partly because my tailoring robe actually gives me crafting speed as well. Or pardon me, my alchemist robe. And then the big thing is this, the aerated file of quick hands. Anybody can use these, not just alchemists. Flat 30% extra crafting speed, and whenever you're making huge batches like this, it is important. Takes time you don't need to spend. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Maybe you are just more of a math person than me, but these kind of formulas, especially when they're taking into account your hidden skill value, which is these kinds of formulas are beyond me. Even just the basic profit calculation. It's not just, oh, I have X% chance to proc a multi-craft, but how many of it's not like every multi-craft is the same amount. I accept that this is beyond me, and I think it is, I think this is beyond me. I think that if you were to set me a test and you were to take away Craft Sim and just give me values and ask me to come up with this number and my life depended on it, I'd probably be a goner. I would maybe come close. It would be real rough. When it comes to combining the different probabilities, it would have been done for me. Elberthier, thank you very much for the 46-month resub. Monarch is my favorite null. I just wanted you to know that. Cheers. Elsa Squishy Aggo had a brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Wouldn't be surprised if they changed the first boss to be more in line. Once, at least for us, once we kind of got the hang of it, it was fine. It was just getting the hang of it and figuring out what it was to do. It's still a pretty big healing check. Is that because your life is at stake and you crumble under pressure? I think it's because I'm 30 years old and the last time I took math, I was like 16. I haven't had to do math more complicated than adding and subtracting in the last 14 years of my life. I didn't take anything mathy in post-secondary. I didn't even stay in post-secondary very long. That is half a lifetime ago. Yeah, even averages and probability. I am perfectly happy to accept that I can't do some of these things in my head and just let other people do them. It's okay. We're a gaming community. There are giga nerds everywhere, and they're real happy to do it and then to post their findings. Not all of us has to be a giga nerd in every meaning of the word. What monitor do you use? Problem I have, laptop screen's kind of small, UI condensed. I have a 27-inch 4K monitor with a really terrible refresh rate, so not necessarily great for gaming. Awesome for video editing. I have a pair of 27-inch 4K monitors. I keep one in portrait and one in landscape, but I'm playing on just like a 27-inch. Smallest screen I used to play WoW on comfortably. I used to do 24s, is what I generally bought back in the day, and I liked those. Smaller than 24, and you're getting a little bit cramped with all the stuff you got to fit in your screen. Had to ID people at my last job. People being born in 2004 really throws my math off for a loop. Mathemagics. Sorcery to me. Thank you. I feel validated. I'm excited about selling this batch of potions. It's going to be so many potions. This isn't the last step. By the way, I need to make another 2,000 of these. And then I got to make 1,000. It should be 1,000 batch of these elemental potions of power that we can make by the time we finish getting all this Omnium Draconis together. But I don't know how much profit I'm making. I just know that it's more because making the input mats was profitable as well as the final thing. So I'm happy to just do it and then get gold. Makes me want to get my scribe on, get some profit off inks or ruin dry the bark. Stats nerds are awesome. People read my raid log, suggest changes I can do to get better. There's great sites, or at least there used to be. I haven't looked at any in a while because I guess I just got I got complacent with my raid performance. But there are sites that can analyze your logs and can like automatically spit out recommendations for you. And then some of them are going to be, what was it called? Log Analyzer? WoW Analyzer? There was some tool that I used to use last expansion. And it would be like, you had bad uptime. Try casting more spells. And it didn't say it exactly like that, but that's always the tone that I used with it in my head. I always imagined it as this super annoying, condescending thing being like, you only cast Divine Hymn twice? Try 4 times. That might say something about me. Revalia, thank you for the 18-month resub. And once again, Hazel, my favorite Hazel. Appreciate it. Someone wanted to pet Firek and the sky got burned to a crisp. I think this is going to take like 25 minutes to complete. The rest of my craft? Possibly. Quite possibly. I usually run this kind of thing while I am not actively at my desk. I'll be like fixing dinner, or I'll decide, I'm gonna clean the bathroom, or I'm gonna straighten up my living room or whatever. Fold some laundry. But I'll be crafting the whole time because I can't do this. I mean, it's not that I can't, but if I do this in the evening time, and sometimes I do, but if I do this in the evening time, that's when people are trying to do keys and they might see me on and be like, hey, you want to heal a key? And meanwhile, I'm just like gone. You do that too many times, people start to not like you. So I try to craft early in the morning or like during the day when people are at work, so that I don't have to disappoint so many of them by being wildly AFK just crafting stuff. Go through those after every raid, check how I did. People in my guild go through logs, see a shift in the tendencies of top tier guilds. That's pretty intense. Man, we have logs and people are welcome to look at them if they want, and people are welcome to ignore them if they want. And I think the only time we would ever like make directed suggestions at someone is if it was like such a problem that it was impeding progression. Although I guess we're just progressing like normal heroic. Someone asked me if I wanted to join them in Veldraken. Log on is invisible for things like that. Well, I'm invisible in BNet, but I'm not invisible in guild. There's no, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's a such thing as invisible in guild. That's the avenue through which people see me online. I generally run keys with guildies. I pretty much never go online in BNet. I am perma offline on BNet. I really don't use my friends list at all. If I'm gonna talk to somebody, well, I don't really talk to people. I'm quite antisocial. It's a bit of a problem. But if I am gonna chat with people, I'll like make time to talk to them on Discord, like in voice. So usually it'll just be hitting someone up on Discord and then making like a call time. Now that it's getting warmer, you're gonna keep fishing? Speaking of fishing and getting warmer, we had like a heat wave day recently. It was on Monday. Guess which day I picked for a vigorous hike plus some fishing. And I had seen the weather forecast. I knew this was going to happen. I don't know. No, I know why I thought it was a good idea. My big fishing days, I love them very much, but they usually involve a decent amount of hiking, a full day outside. Generally not enough water, because I never seem to pack quite enough water to stay out that long, because I never want to go home because I never feel like I'm done fishing. So I like doing them, if I have Monday, Tuesday off, I like fishing on Mondays if I can get away with it, because that way on Tuesday I can just kind of recover from the hiking hangover from the fishing day, just kind of like lay low, let the muscles heal, drink a ton of water and just eat some good food. So I knew I wanted to go on Monday, but then Monday the forecast was like, yo, it's going to be hot, dog. You're going to be a hot dog. And I thought, well, too bad, I'm going fishing. So we drove out, my partner and I drove out and found an ocean fishing spot, because rock fishing season is open. We had done a lot of lake fishing last year, but I want to try and get into more ocean shore fishing. I don't have a boat or anything, but there's places that you can go to try to rock fish, and some of them are quite a hike. It looked gorgeous. It was incredible. It was so hot though. It wasn't that hot when you were just like in the breeze, stationary, but it was a very mountainous kind of hike, and there was a lot of like sort of bouldering over the rocks to find the good places to fish from, and just blazing sun. I wore like a SPF. I mean, I'm sure it's just marketing, but I wore like a sun shirt, basically like a long sleeve tech shirt that's designed to keep the sun off of you, plus a huge hat. And thank goodness for that, because I would have been omega fried. I actually managed to avoid sunburn. I had sunscreen plus the hat plus the clothing, and it worked. I was kind of hot and sweaty in them, but I was like, listen, taking this shirt off is a bad idea. You will fry immediately. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful though. We were out there, we got there at like 8:39, and we stayed until about 2:30 when we realized we were out of water and we had a huge hike to get back to the car. Or not out of water, but almost out of water. We needed to get up to the car before we died. But just it was a marine site, but it was a pretty protected marine site. It was kind of like an inlet, so it was sheltered from like big winds and waves. And there was seals there immediately. I can't even lead up to it. We saw orcas. I'd never seen a whale in person ever in my life before. And we were fishing for a bit, and I didn't expect this because it's an inlet, right? Like, it's not the open ocean. I thought for sure, like, maybe off East Souk Park, but this was the inlet. And I hear this weird noise that was kind of like a crash. It sounded like a construction site dropped something, and you just hear this boof sound. And I look, and I see something in the distance that kind of looks like a boat, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of a weird float. And I'm like, oh, it's gone. Did the boat sink? Where did the boat go? And then I'm like, there's no way that was a whale, right? And so I get my binoculars because I brought them with me. I always bring a pair of binoculars, and I'm like looking for them because I'm like, there's no way. And then you hear the sound again, and there's totally orca whales swimming by down the inlet. We just saw the one the first time in the morning, but later there was like at least 2, if not 3 of them swimming back the other way. And it was just incredible. They're so loud. I didn't know how people spot orcas when they're so far away. It's because they're loud. My life was made. I would have been happy to not catch a single fish and to just watch the whales like forever. It made the entire drive out there, hike, everything. I mean, the hike was awesome too, but it was, I'd never, ever seen them in person before. I didn't really want to go like whale watching on a boat because I don't want to bother them. I know sometimes the boats can kind of agitate them and upset their patterns and stuff. So I wanted to, my mom has told me stories about how she sees them sometimes from the shore while hiking. And I'm like, yeah, what are the odds of that? Unreal. Imagine you caught an orca. They were very far away. They were like, you can see them with the naked eye. You can see them a lot better with the binoculars. The seals were more of a thing. Originally there was just a couple seals that they just like to poke their heads up and look at you, which is very cute. As long as they don't try to like intimidate you, which is funny, but also a little scary. But they were just kind of hanging out. And then later there was this pod of what looked like dolphins. And I'm like, I'm on Vancouver Island. There are no dolphins here. That's ridiculous. And it turned out it was like a little, I don't know what the word is for like a pack of them, but it was a bunch of seals that were kind of like arcing in and out of the water. I think hunting, maybe just messing around. I don't know. I didn't ask them, but they were crossing by in like a whole bunch of them, just jumping in and out and in and out and in and out, making a big splash. I thought that was really cool. Seals and sharks all the time on my coast. Wow, role players, probably the nicest people I've ever met. A herd of seals? We gotta go back there. Are you still allowed to feed the seals? I don't know. I wouldn't. I err on the side of not feeding any wildlife, with the exception of if I'm like cleaning a fish and there's like a mink or something. I'm assuming that the mink is going to take those fish guts because I don't think there's any way they wouldn't do it. Indeed, lots of dolphins. Did they come this far up north though? Like, I know the orcas come this far up north, obviously, because I saw them and those were not dolphins. But yeah, I don't know. It was wild. What else did we see? There was an otter, a sea otter that was very cute. It was just kind of like flipping around, and then it like crawled up onto the shore. I guess it was tanning or something. I don't know. One sea otter. Lots of stuff in the water. The big birds, the big ravens. The ravens were really funny. They were making raven sounds, obviously, but ravens can make lots of different sounds. They kind of sound like crows if the crows had been smoking for 50 years. They've got like a deeper, throatier, like a little more vibrato on them because they're big birds. But these ones were doing this sound that I swear to God were imitating the sound like a modern car makes when you lock it remotely, like that whoop whoop. these crows were, or not crows, the ravens were making that sound at each other, and it sounded like pitch perfect. Like, they're not parrots, but it sounded like people locking their cars. And I wanted to know if they had learned that sound independently, or if they had heard people up at the parking lot locking their cars and were like, yo, that is a sick sound to make. The Great Dreamer, I don't know what that means. Oh, they are dolphins in the dolphin family. Oh, I didn't know that. I was thinking like, bottlenose dolphins. Snail goo event in like 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should go at like 10. Just do it, get her done. Seem they'd be south of Canada too. I don't know so much about walruses. Orcas, other whales, yeah. Seals, absolutely. Tons of seals. So a whale give birth. That's wild. Hi, kitty cat. And there was stuff in the water. I accidentally caught a sea cucumber, and I had to get my hook off of the poor thing so that I could put it back. And I was very afraid to touch it because it looked like it was poisonous. I don't know if it was. I still haven't looked it up. It was big, and I felt real bad for the poor guy. See the ravens play? Jerk birds, and I love them so much. There was 2 of them that were kind of flying around each other. Anchorage, gotcha. Very south part of Norway. Saw a seal in Seattle. Seattle. Yeah, seals are pretty common. I feel like I have yet to go to the beach and not see seals. I feel like every time I've gone, I mean, I don't go to the beach very often. And I'm usually going to somewhat more remote beaches. I don't go to the popular ones because I'm scared of people, but when I went to the beach in the fall, and then this time there was plenty of seals. Close to the oceans, revitalizing. Wildlife's just a massive cherry on top. There's so much life out there when you're by the water. I love places like that. The lakes are beautiful too, and I do love lake fishing, but just an excuse to hang out and just watch things all day. I did catch some fish. I caught some copper rockfish. I threw them all back except for the biggest one, and I took that one home and I fried it up for dinner. It was delicious. Rockfish is, if I'm getting fish and chips, rockfish is usually my go-to. I actually kind of prefer it to halibut. And I never thought that I could actually like catch one and then fry it up myself. I didn't really think that was an option, but apparently it is. X Arthur, thank you for the 12-month resub. Morning, Hazel. 1 year. Happy 1 year resub. Dolphins have a good PR team. They're very cute. Enjoy them from a distance. Crafted the spore cloak for myself. 2 minutes later, did the feast for the weekly. Gave me a flavor pocket. Flavor pocket, unless they've changed it, does not count as an embellishment, so you should be able to put it onto something else if you want. But I understand you might be like short a spark. I wonder if you could recraft it and add a flavor pocket to it. How long am I thinking is it going to take me? I think I can head out to the Forbidden Reach with like 3 minutes to go and still make it in time. Flavor pocket worth it? Oh, I love mine to bits. I have an extra one that I think I was planning on like selling. Maybe I should look into that because I think I can just recraft. I have it on my belt currently, and I think I can just recraft my belt and update it eventually, just to continue using the flavor pocket. It depends on what you do, I guess. Like I do a lot of keys, and I die sometimes in keys, especially when we're doing kind of like progression keys that are a bit difficult for us and we're kind of struggling our way through it. And being able to keep your food buff the entire time is chef's kiss. It's magical. Want to wait until I hit 20 renown for a free enchanted wormcrest. Cloak isn't bis. Now the pocket's in my bank. Yeah. Can't part with my gear with a flavor pocket even though I got an upgrade piece. You get so attached to it. I see people put down feasts after raid wipes and I'm like, oh yeah, some other people need that. Some people don't just have a food buff for 2 hours that they can keep indefinitely. But yeah, I was looking up later the amount of water that you're supposed to bring on a hike. And apparently it's like a half a liter per adult per hour for moderate activity under moderate temperatures. And I would say we were doing moderate to intense activities under high temperatures. And we were out there for 6 hours or so, and there were 2 of us. We did not bring enough water. I think that contributed. Yesterday, the recovery day, I was just barely functional. I was limping around. I feel a lot better today. I stretched out. I did some yoga. I'd slept a ton. I got like the last 2 nights I've slept like 10-hour nights, dead asleep, and then I also took a nap. But yeah, more water next time. More water. My hiking boots worked out, actually. I'm happy with those. Yeah, big hike. Not even, it wasn't that there was, it wasn't crazy far. The actual active hiking component was probably no more than like 35 minutes in and 35 minutes out. But during the day when you're out there, you're kind of like hiking between spots. You're climbing up and down rocks. You're in the full sun. You're fishing. And then the hill coming from the water up to the parking lot was somewhere in the range of like 120 meters of hill. It was a big one. It was a big, long hill. Stretches a key, such a good feeling, though. How bad was the heat wave? At the water, it was only probably like 28 degrees. But with the exercise and also you're packing a bunch of stuff, it was pretty toasty. Nobody thought they were going to die, but we were a little bit concerned. But you know what the move was, is after we were done fishing, before we were about to hike back up the gigantic hill to get to the car, we were like, yo, what if we swim? Because I had worn a swimsuit underneath my clothes. So we took a dip in the ocean. And I thought for sure this water was shallow. Like we found a little beach that had like some shallow water. And it had been cooking in the sun all day. And I was like, this will surely be maybe not warm, but not freezing. You know, we're in the inlet. It's been sunny. It's warm. Nope. Icy water. You put your feet in, immediately bone cold pain. I didn't end up like swimming. What I ended up doing was sitting in the water and then slowly lying back down and then dunking my head and going just to get my hair all wet. I did appreciate not having to fuss over long hair after that, and just having wet hair hiking it back up the hill bought me like half the hike worth of cooling. Yeah, the ocean is a big place that doesn't really care how sunny it's been, especially in the springtime when it hasn't even had very much time. It was cold, but it was very refreshing. Feels amazing though. I'm a big baby. Even though I was like cooking to death, I still didn't really want to get into the water. I did do it eventually, but I did it very slowly and I was complaining the entire time. New belt. Accoutrement. Wildly expensive for just stamina. Vacation in California when I was 10. Used to waters here in Norway being decently warm due to the Gulf Stream. Lakes here, lake water in the summer after a few heat waves, especially with the right lake in the right depths, will be not warm, but can get to being kind of cool, ish. But yeah, the ocean doesn't care. The ocean is too big. Looks like you've mowed less recently. No, it's true. I have not mowed. I have not mowed in quite a while. I'm waiting to see how fluffy it gets. I basically want to know how long can I get away with not mowing. I want to see if I can get like Queen Elizabeth curls, and then see how much I hate them. Because right now it's starting to get to the point that it's like a little scruffy when I'm like, I have a tiny bit of like short hair bedhead, and I wanna see how long I can let it get before it annoys me, and then I mow it again. But yeah, I haven't cut it in probably 5 weeks now. I think it's been over a month. How fluffy is it now? It is moderately fluffy. Let me see. You can see all my gray hairs. It doesn't really show up super good on camera. I probably have like, I don't know. It actually felt very soft after coming out of the ocean. I thought for sure the salt water plus the big day would have dried it right out. But coming out of the ocean, it was like very soft. Soon it will be longer than Kira's. Cutie cat. Yeah, that might be true. Hi. You were very mad at me because I left you. I left you all day. Although you had a much nicer place to stay. Our apartment doesn't have any AC, but just the way the sun hits the building, or doesn't hit this part of the building, as evidenced by my garden, it stays pretty cool in here if you open the windows at the night, which is nice. So it was nice and reasonable inside the apartment. My car, unfortunately, I need to Google this or get it looked at or something. Car runs fine, but the AC decided it was not going to blow any cold air. Turning on the AC in the drive home, it was blowing hot air, which was not fun. So I ended up just driving home with the windows open instead. Windows open-ish. She'd be so much more mad if she had to go on that trip with you. Oh, yeah. Might need charged. But, I mean, the battery seems fine. I'm hoping it's something little like that it's just a quick fix. That's not, like, a big problem. I don't know anything about cars, so... The AC. I thought the AC ran off the battery. Like I said, don't know a whole lot about cars. But the engine temperature looked normal. I was worried about that. And I found the gauge that I was pretty sure was engine temperature on the dash, and that looked fine. And that's true. There is no way that you can fix this from here. It has worked in the past. It has worked fine before. I hadn't used it recently, though. Leak in the coolant line or something? Okay. I should probably just... I feel like if I pop the hood and look at it, I'm going to have no idea what I'm looking at. I should probably just make it an appointment. Take my car to the car doctor. Goo 5. Yes. Yes. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it was a bit of a bummer because I was kind of hoping after the big hike on the hot day in the hot afternoon to have, I was kind of cooking in the car in the drive home. I had it serviced somewhat. I had it serviced in the spring. I had it serviced pretty recently, and they did like the whole diagnostics and everything. Yep, this looks like the engine. That's it. Unless it's on fire or something. Yeah. I think I can craft the rest of these before I go. I will also need to separately craft my 1,000 elemental potions of power. But I think I can get away with making another 150 of these, and then we can fast travel. We can zoop to the Forbidden Reach with the little purple thing. Jeff, you know I'm not going to do that. I won't even tell people what color it is, or if it has a color, or if it's a car. It could be a truck. It could be a truck. You know. Can you imagine me in a truck? Nah, big truck doesn't sound like me. I don't have anything to haul. I would get a big truck if I had a hobby farm and I got so deep into it that I was like needing to haul like hay and chicken feed and compost and stuff. 361 for 6 spark plugs and an oil change. Yikes. I'm assuming that's unreasonable based on the context. It sounds like a lot. I had a truck in Victoria, unsubscribe. Yeah, some people do. Some people use them, maybe not so much in the city. All right, we gotta go. We're gonna hop on this. It is almost 10 o'clock. I spent longer. I guess my big crafting batch takes longer than I thought it was gonna. I know that one I think might be closer, but I usually, no, that one does look closer, doesn't it? I usually go to the Rustazar Reach if I'm trying to just fast travel somewhere. Truck with the Gone Fishing sticker.
Mountains are mighty here. Plant our banners to mark what the Dragon Scale Expedition has discovered.
This way? No, this way. I don't do this enough. Okay, and then you're gonna take me up to the Forbidden Reach. Thank you very much. How long did you think the 5,000 Operation Crafting journey would take? I don't know. In my brain, everything crafting takes like 5 minutes. As far as I'm concerned, I can do any amount of crafting in 5, maybe 10 minutes. I'm not real tuned in. I'm not real dialed in to the concept of time. We have an academic understanding, but when it comes to actually judging it, not so traditionally good. But I'm usually pretty happy to just if I'm crafting, I feel like I'm using that time. It's satisfying to me because I feel like I'm getting value for my time. So I usually enjoy it pretty well. I need my profession. I haven't done any of my profession stuff, so I'm hoping for dream blooms when I'm picking these herbs. Oh, and you know what we can do after this is we're already up on the Reach. Hey, is it Bracken the Hunter? No one's killing though, I bet. We're not gonna get super sidetracked. I want to pick that. No, we're not gonna get that sidetracked. Well, this doesn't start for 2 minutes, but I don't have a way to CC him or anything. I don't have a way to sneak in there. I can't even pull a sneaky priest and fade. It's done when it's done is my motto. What am I gonna do with my money? Put it with my rest of my money in my money pile. Someone said that crafting my bracers might be expensive, but I can't imagine that would make too big of a dent. Oh, you know what I wanted to do is while we're waiting for this, because we can just kind of park up and this will start here sometime. I want to make sure, so I'm going to need 3,000 3,000 Draconis, so I can sell off my extra, because I'm going to need 3,000. I'm gonna just post the extra. So all of the gold, we can sell that. 78k worth of that. 15k of those, because I believe I do still have an extra 3k flat of those. And then I need 1k primal convergent. I have my 1k right there, so the rest of this we can sell. Bonus 83 of these ones. Someone's been trying to mess with that again. And then, yeah, the gold is actually cheaper. Weird. All right. And then post up those. And yeah, that looks good. Anything else I can get rid of from my bags? I was out of water during Keys last night, and my tank was like, oh, I think I have some water. And he traded me this delicious dragon spittle. And then I was drinking it, and I was like, where did you get this dragon spit? Because, oh, it's a crafted item from cooking. I'm like, A, gross. B, it's better water than my water. The ley wine I get from the vendor gives me 250k over 20 seconds, and this gives 285k over 20 seconds. It's actually genuinely faster. Maybe I should be crafting. I mean, I'm a Dracthyr. You'd think I could just go. But maybe I should be doing beverages. Yeah, this stuff is 285. Maybe not the churn belly tea. Zesty water is only 180. Dragon spittle. Berry juice, which you can buy off a vendor, and then the mollusk meat, which is pretty cheap. Yeah, maybe and then it makes 4 servings. Maybe I'll actually make some of that. That'll be my new water. No more Azur ley wine. Time for some delicious dragon spittle. Is opinion too late to start with props? Want to make some gold? No, I don't think it's too late. I think that you have plenty of time, because Dragonflight's not over. Dragonflight's got time left in it, and you would be able to get your knowledge up to a point where you can, especially because it's not like you have to fill out your entire knowledge tree to start making profit. You just kind of optimize one thing first. So as an example for me in alchemy, it's not like I was profitable doing potions and files right away. I just started with primal convergence, and then once I'd capped that out, then I started putting my points into other things just to get more options. But you can reach kind of like maximum profitability. You can reach maximum profit with one thing pretty early in the process, and then it's just a matter of expanding your options. So it's totally doable. I'm in my healing spec. That's not going to do me any good here. I need to be a dragon. Sounds better being called spittle instead of spit. Dragon saliva. Actually, growing up, I don't know why, but they taught me in school that it's saliva when it's in your body, and as soon as it exits your body, it's now spit or spittle. Just like how lava is magma in the earth, and then it's lava once it's outside. And I'm like, why is this distinction important? Especially for spittle. For lava, sure, maybe there's some earth science that needs to be done there. Why does this matter for spit? Why are we doing? I think I was taught that in school. Maybe I just had like a book of like gross body facts. That sounds true. And that's the kind of thing that they teach kids to try to get them into science, is being like, look at how disgusting you are. Do you want to learn about it? Oh. I should sit straighter. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can still feel that in your legs. They work now, but they're still not happy about it. Every time I go on a big hike like that, and I have, like, the big pain the next day, I'm always like, man, how cool would it be if I did this, like, every week, or more often even, and I was just like, what kind of body do you end up with if you just do this kind of thing all the time? Because you're on the trail, and you see people that clearly do it all the time, and they are built. And I like the idea of getting your exercise in more of an endurance format and in more of an outdoor format. I like, also these things hurt when you try and solo them. I like, maybe I should join a group or something? Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Whew. Depending on the incline, thicker thighs first. I did feel like I was using my T-Rex muscles. I was imagining myself as like a big stompy dinosaur. Big stompy thirsty dinosaur. would ever want to do like the multi-day hikes. I feel like I like day hikes. I like being able to kind of go out there, do your thing, go home, take a shower, have some hot home food. As opposed to if you're doing the multi-day hike, you kind of like, you do your big day and then you sleep on tent or in ground or whatever with, you know, your trail mix, your instant mashed potatoes. Bellamy, thank you for the 3-month resub.
Finish off this storm.
Horseback riding as a kid. Legs are now tree trunks. Okie dokie. I would like some, what is it called? Leftover elemental slime, please. Gunning for 5. I must have stood in something I wasn't meant to. Oops, a daisy do. I've really gotten quite lazy on my loam rep. Oh, let's just kind of see if we can get out that way. I've not been keeping up with world quests. I do them when I think about it if I'm already out there, but it's kind of an it'll happen when it happens sort of thing. I'm not getting anywhere in a particular hurry. I believe I'm 11. Yeah, I'm renowned 11 with loam right now. It's fine. It's not incredible.
It is done. That
It's
should
done.
slow them down.
Do,
Excellent
do, do, do,
work.
do. Oh, we got 1. I got 1 leftover elemental slime, which, you know what? Better than none. It could have been none. None was an option. I'm just going to delete that. I'm not even going to learn it and then vendor it for 11 gold. Alright, well, now we have 35, whereas before we had 34. We'll take it. Transmutation makes gold? Some of it, yeah. Transmutation plus the Dracathus transmute that you get for trading your barter bricks in loam is worth a decent amount of gold. Not incredible amounts, but it's definitely worth doing, especially now that the prices have kind of calmed down. Alrighty, let's go. Why would I even do this quest? What is the point of these? I don't know. I'm looking for my book. I'm gonna go open a bunch of keys. We're looking for the Old Gods book is why I'm here. It's the last thing I need for my Forbidden Reach meta achievement that I would have loved to have done ages ago, but better late than never. Renown 12 gets you boulders. Whew. So we should get that today, eh? So we're 742 of 2,500. And we need to get 1,500 for the rep weekly anyway. So we'll pick up the weekly, we'll pick up a contract. Oh, it's weird not having Carnal X. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm not going to be too worried about anything else. The book doesn't come from a chest. It's just something that you loot as an object in the vault. And as far as I can tell, I don't need a single thing from here. I don't need the stones. I don't need the dust. I don't need the toys. I don't need the pets. I have, as far as I can tell, everything else from the vaults except for that silly... Let me see if I can find vaults. Okay, sorry. There's a Hall of Your Toy as well. And apparently the Grand Obsidian Cache can be completed weekly, huh? Is that from the vaults? Anyways, Protodrake Antlers. I feel like those come from lots of places. Anyway, I mostly need the book. Okay. I get excited whenever I see a bookshelf. One of them just made me a macro for PI for raid. Aww. Guides for Mythic. If you mean raid, I'm very flattered by the interest. I don't Mythic raid myself though. I'm not I'm not a Mythic raider. I am a heroic raider. I can't even do it for me. I used to do more dungeon guides, but I've kind of let off those a little bit. Extra bunbo. I don't need the toolkit. I already have one of those. I suppose I'm mostly looting treasures for gold, I guess? You do get some gold. Well, you get overflow. Do I want overflow anymore? Not really. I guess I can use overflow ultimately to help me get, I can use overflow to help me get keys if I ever run out of keys. They've gone through pick 2 I should PI. They made one for me so I can just copy and paste. Oh, nice. That's super handy. Do you guys have people in your guilds already that are signing up as we're going to be the augmentation evokers? we've been talking about who should do it. I think we have a volunteer. But definitely not me. I have this feeling that a lot of people are looking at augmentation being like, oh, that's so sick. We definitely need one of those. Who's going to do it? Not it. Not it. It takes a special kind of person to want to play the spec that's like, it seems like it's going to be very powerful, but very powerful in the context of other people. I can see it being very frustrating if you're playing an Aug Evoker in pugs or in groups where people are just kind of underperforming a bit because you're giving them these buffs, you're doing your very best, and well, I don't know how hard the very best is, but you're giving them these buffs, and if you feel like people are underutilizing them, that could be kind of annoying. Aug Evoker player myself, definitely gonna play it. Preservation Evoker announced. We're gonna need to find a new healer because he's going Aug. Oh, there you go. There's a stronger Preservation Evoker than I am. I just like healing too much. I do sometimes. I was thinking about what would have to happen for me to play Priest again. It would have to be a different expansion. I feel like I would have to go back to Gnome. I feel like if I was going to play Priest again, even though I love transmogging, I love mogging, tall characters. I like mogging on the human female model. And that's why I played a human priest for Shadowlands. I just love, I don't know, if I was going to be a priest, I would be a gnome priest. But priest is just not as, I mean, I guess I haven't tried it much since the talent tree change. There's so many good things about Evoker, and it's so fun to play. Mooney, thank you very much for the 47-month resub. Appreciate it. Now it's BlizzCon for November 3rd, 4th. Is that the normal time? Sounds about right. I don't plan on going. I could change my mind, but I do not currently plan on going. I think I might sit at home and watch online and co-stream the keynotes if they're going to allow that, and maybe make some videos. Watch in my pajamas. Guild is healer heavy. There you go. Shadow's wild at the moment. I'm hoping for book. I got a new title last night. I'm wearing the Smoldering title from, I believe that must have been from getting 1500 in Mythic Plus. Keystone Conqueror, yeah. 1500 gives you the Smoldering title in Season 2. So I got that. I wasn't wearing it. I didn't have a title on previously, so I thought, well, that's neat. Oh, okay. Alrighty, I'll put that on. I'll be the Smoldering. I'm a dragon. Makes sense. Do you see the legendary weapon for Drakthir? I heard about it. I actually haven't gone and read the articles firsthand. I haven't looked into it personally. It seems cool. It sounds... Somebody said something about me having to buy a bunch of mats. It's a bunch of gold. And then somebody said something about it buffing other people, so... I don't know if I'm going to be fighting to be first in line for it or anything. I mean, we have a Devastation Evoker. I think they might be first in line. But, I don't know. I haven't had a legendary that wasn't a gimme legendary ever, really. Or at least not while it's current. When we had in Cataclysm, there was the Mage Staff, the Terragosa thing, and Rogue Daggers and whatever, the Hunter Bow. Whenever there was a class specific, actually special, hard to get legendary, I was just never the right class at the time. I mostly played Priest, and I don't think they did any Priest ones. That is too burny. Too burny. Not the right room, anyway. Personal loot, so no drama? Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. That helps solve that problem. Although I'll feel bad if it's me, I think. We excited about BlizzCon? You guys going? How you guys feeling about it? Crystal basket... Melder, Jeweler's Table, yeah. I haven't watched a BlizzCon from home since 2017. 2017, which I guess is 5-6 years ago. It will be the last one that I watched at home, because 18-19 I went in person, and then of course they stopped. Okay, we got some buff crystals. Can use those. Gonna watch it for sure. Why would Dev have first dibs? I don't know. I just have this idea that as a healer I shouldn't get anything. that DPS should get all of the gear first, because that will help more with progression than especially than having like, as long as you have enough healing to kind of like squeak by, there's no sense in like super kitting out your healers early. Is the idea that I've internalized. Healers deserve things too. Eventually. I try my best to get my own things so that it doesn't become like a big problem. I try to just get stuff in keys and get stuff in vault or whatever, although I don't know how much you can try to get something out of vault. I tried to get something out of vault this week. It didn't work. Oh, I am not wanting a repeat of honestly, the last couple of seasons, I feel like I've gotten my tier. Maybe last season I did okay, actually. It was Shadowlands where it took me ages to get my tier. It was like the week before Catalyst opened and I had like 1 pieces or something. It seemed wild. Bananas. Is that a bubble lifter? It is a bubble lifter. Do I have a bubble key? I must have a bubble key. Or it's on the ground or something. Yeah, I have a bubble key. Healers get prio and mongrels. Alright, so we made it up there. I'm hoping, I just want book. 1 book, please. I would love to be able to take something off my list. I think it would help my brain feel a modicum better. Oh, no, not this. No, thank you. But I am really antsy to get, I mean, 4-piece, sure, but at least my 2-piece bonus online. Because it sounds fun to play with a different playstyle. I want to switch my echoes to being echoing Spirit Bloom and try out this big Spirit Bloom HOT. It sounds really fun. And I want to play with that bonus during the season when I'm actually playing. And I'm going to be kind of bummed out if I just don't get my tier set until basically we're done. Until we've kind of gotten everybody Keystone Master and we've finished progressing in the raid. And we're just kind of doing like 3 more Mog runs plus some vanity keys and then calling it a day. I'm going to be bummed if, like, most of the season I play without the tier set bonus because I just can't get it. I wish they would open Catalyst earlier. I wish they would just open Catalyst with the darn thing. But it's fine. I'll get over it. So there's the fire pot. Not that we really need it. Hopefully they'll still... Oh, yeah, I'm sure they'll have the online version of BlizzCon. I'm sure that's where they make most of their money back, because I don't even know how profitable it is to throw BlizzCon. It's a really expensive show to put on. You sell tickets, but you can only sell so many. You can only sell them for so much. I think that charging people for the digital tickets, which they can sell as many of those as they have bandwidth for, really, which is a lot. I think that's probably where they make a good chunk of the money from it. You do not want the slime. I want a book. I want a book. 1 book, please. 2-piece first day of the season. 4-piece last night. Guild hates / loves me. Often there will be one person that kind of ends up like that, I think. We ended up kitting out our Devo Evoker because, like, you know, you may as well finish the tier set bonuses once they kind of get started, just for the sake of getting those power upgrades in your raid group, especially for people that you know are going to be there every raid week. They're helping out in keys and stuff. It makes sense to kit people, individuals first. Do I have a fire potion on me? Yeah. Do I care? It's not a book. I need a book. I want to read. Tier chest with the LFR gloves that dropped from me last week. Now I have 2 set. Oh, nice. Oh, LFR. I forgot. I got to do that again. I did LFR last week. I did not get anything. May as well try again, though. I can't say that I've been doing the most for my tier unless I have been doing LFR every week. So I must do it at least to say that I did. I must do it at least to say that I did. Okay. One more floor. Upgrade system makes LFR good to do. Even, yeah. What track are the LFR gloves or not just gloves, but like the LFR tier anyways? It's not champion track, is it? Is it the one below champion track? I guess I don't know. It's a box of rocks. Wow. It's the recipe wrap. I'm not even clicking on him. I'll leave him alone. Veteran, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it would be mostly just to try to get pieces that I can use to have 4-piece. No thank you. Am I almost at the top here? Yeah, this is the highest level. Bummer. We do have loads of keys left, so it's not like we're about to be out. I'm pretty sure I got a... Oh, no, I didn't. Wait. Oh, it's the living book. Oh, scared me. That's not the book that I need. That's the wrong book. Ah. Still maining priest. I've been a evoker for Dragonflight. I switched to evoker for Dragonflight. I've been a preservation evoker. There's a book. No, it's the wrong book. My feelings. Oh. 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 I guess I'm invested. You know, there's that. That's the wrong holo viewer. Oh, I feel empty. I feel nothing.
The red dragonflight will
Yeah. I got a couple more doors. I just need the book achieve. I need the Old Gods book. It's the last thing I need for the entire meta achievement. And it's being very rude. Although I know it's rare, but like, please. I'm doing this puzzle just to calm down. I'm gonna do this puzzle just for fun. They want four of these blue colored ones. They have different runes on them for some reason. Oh, it's a different puzzle. Oh, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4 thing. Okay. 1. So it's 2, 4. We happy with that? Oh, that's lucky. I generally just brute force that. I don't know a better way to do it. That was just very lucky. Oh, hey, it's this thing. I'm not even gonna bother going back super much. At least you get some amount of gold for opening all these. Like you're looting gold off the floor. You can vendor all the stones for like 18 gold a piece. You can vendor like the holo viewer thing and whatever. It's a non-zero amount of gold. I don't know what the mechanic for that was supposed to be, but it can't be that. Is it the same combo every week? Oh. Maybe my soul remembered it. My brain didn't. No, thank you. No books. Hello, all. Hello. How are you? Any books? No, that was the last vault. There's always next week. Ay. I don't need to do this. I just like this game. Yeah, it's the Najatar puzzles over again. I just love any excuse to do them. Alrighty. Well, at least we looked. We're out of here. We're leaving. I think I might turn TSM off for long enough to create these stones so I can vendor them and get them out of my bags. I have more things. I could go back and loot, but I'm not going to bother. They're not books. I don't think it's worth doing the Ferric Assault for me. I think that I need, I don't need anything from it. Maybe the transmog? Oh well. Here, let's pop back to town. Pop back to town. We've got 17 minutes left in our crafting file. I can set myself to crafting and take a real short break. Gear sometimes. It would just be for the appearance of it. I don't think I can wear any of it. I do not believe the weekly wait, RHC. I was going to say Researcher's Quest. I don't think you can get tier from any of the weekly chests. I think you have to get it from either your vault or your vault or raid directly. Yeah, with some amount of gold. I got. I'm so bitter about that book. It's the last thing I need, and it feels bad that there's nothing that you can really do aside from just. I mean, if you really want to game it, I guess you take your alts through there. There's a bonus Bunbo. I don't think anybody wants that. What's Bunbo worth? Not much. We're just gonna vendor him. Sorry, buddy. Maybe the turtles will give you a wonderful home. And then you can get rid of all this. Extra stones. I'm not even too worried about key. That's my key for the week. I've got a 16 bracken hide. We did one of them already, so we can get another. Just delete these. We can get another one done, but I know we can time it at least. That's so funny that Dragon Spittle is so good. That's like definitely that is for sure my best thing. Alright. Do I miss traditional flying? Nah. It's not nearly as fast as this. Anytime I have to swap back to regular flying. I miss my regular flying mounts, but the actual air swimming thing is not my cup of tea. Alright, so we're gonna slap down an incense. I've got 1,000 potions of power to create. Well, I've got technically 5,000 plus whatever the multi-crafts turn out to be. I am pleased with that. We're gonna let that work, and I'm gonna take a real short break. Be right back. Okie dokie. How we doing? Let's see. Oh yeah, we made like a quarter of them, approximately. That's coming along nicely. Happy with that. Having no vigor makes dragon flying annoying when you're trying to get somewhere fast. My friends and I call that when your bird runs out of gas. Not so bad if you're an evoker, actually, because being a Dracthyr, you can kind of cover some of your vigor gaps with Soar. Soar has only a 1-minute cooldown when you're fully spec'd into your dragon riding, and that's pretty often. It's not constant, but it's pretty often. It's not quite as good as dragon riding, but it'll get you up something if you're just trying to get like that last little leg to a rare or what have you. How have you guys been doing? How have you guys been getting on with the Zeralik Caverns rares? Are you doing those pretty regularly? One of the 8 people in the game that doesn't want to see dragon riding last past the expansion. Yeah. that's a tough spot to be in. I know there are people that feel that way. I have a feeling that they might get overruled by the majority desires. I think that's a tough spot to be in. It seems like that you're going to be able to, use regular flying as well. Maybe not in the Dragon Isles, not sure about that, but like ultimately I think we're going to move into a world where you can do either. But the people that are dragon riding will beat you there, it seems like. It seems like that is a faster way to get there if you're willing to actually do it. Doesn't feel like there is a reason to do rares. Try to do them whenever I see one up. Do them for manuscripts. Don't know what the point of ZC rares are. That's kind of how I was feeling as well. I was wondering what other people were feeling about them. Manuscripts I can see. Yeah, doing them for manuscripts basically. But it's hard to do them for manuscripts if there was more activity, more people doing them, then it would feel more reasonable to just kind of like stop and wait for like a minute and then kill it. But as long as they're not soloable, it's quite annoying to try and, I don't know, unless you join a group or something. Besides the one that drops mount, don't do them. Has it started dropping the mount? I heard that there was some difficulties with that not actually working. Get tons of crest farming rares. Yeah, but they're like drakes, right? They're like whelpling and drake crests. I think that for my alts, it might make more sense for me to spend more time doing that. But it seems like you get those things from so many different places. I need worm crests right now. I have not decent, but I have a few aspect crests from we're starting to do 16s more regularly now. But I need worm crests. So I need to basically fill out, just kind of run 11s just for crests, really. Plus, you're also going to get champion slot gear, which you can then upgrade if you need to. So whenever I find some time, I should make sure that I'm doing that just to make sure I'm getting my 15 worm crests a week, because you need them to upgrade stuff. I've got these 3 of 5 hero legs, and I'm like, oh, sick, I've got aspect crests, I can definitely upgrade these. And then I found out that I'm actually going to need a worm crest to get it to rank 4. Good if you're fresh 70. Coins and barter bricks if you want the mounts. Yeah, that's true. What if I have enough mounts? What if I have enough mounts? I might, maybe later on in the season. I think right now it's just hard for me to think about mount collecting because there's so much else going on. And because we have so many mounts that they're starting to feel a little oversaturated. I mean, they've been feeling, but they're starting to feel kind of oversaturated. But maybe later on when I'm kind of done my key season and done my PvP season and done my raid season and I'm like poking around for things to do, maybe then it'll feel more fun to really crank in on the mount collecting. But I don't know. For right now, I'm actually really happy just to sit and do this. Favorite mount? I don't know. I don't know. I used to say, the crab? Crab's a good one. What did I say for flying mounts? I don't remember. No, I didn't get Breeze Biter. I haven't gone super deep in on collecting Dragonflight mounts. I wonder if I can pull up my Simple Armory while I'm doing this, and I wonder if I can pull up the Simple Armory and just see what sorts of things I'm missing from Dragonflight, because I understand it was upgraded. So if we look here, this is my Simple Armory. It's just like a very stripped down version of a, kind of like a armory, basically. Renlor, thank you for the 2-month reset. For collectibles, if I look at mounts here, I can see we did pretty good at a Shadowlands. Obviously, no, not a lot of the raid mounts, and I'm missing the Glory mounts. But for the rest of the Shadowlands mounts, and I guess I'm missing a couple dungeon mounts, but I felt like we did quite well on like rare spawn mounts, Covenant mounts, Protoform Synthesis mounts, we really put some work in. Especially end of Shadowlands once I was sort of done with seasons. But then for up here, I have the Traderotics and I got the Bruffalon. There's the new one. So you've got the coin mounts. There's 2 coin mounts, and then there's the Boulder Hauler Reins for barter boulders. For that is Researchers Under Fire, I guess. Is that just a random drop from doing Researchers Under Fire? And then that's going to be the Snail Elemental that we're somewhat halfway done. Treasure says Verdant Skitterfly is the Expedition Scout Pack thing that has yet to drop for me. I've been hoping to get it, but I haven't. Honestly, I don't find Expedition Packs up that much. I just do them for my weekly profession drops. And then the Slug is from the Seething Cache, which I decided I was procrastinating on because it sounded annoying. So yeah, miserable. That's a good sign for me to not do it yet. Same thing with this, actually. I could, like, just kind of queue up random heroics and just I need 2 more of the divine breaths for that. But I could just wait until I can solo the dungeon myself. That kind of sounds more fun. If I just procrastinate long enough until I can just kind of go in there on my own, like next expansion or whatever, and just clear through it. There's Breezebiter and Chirocta. Breezebiter also sounds miserable. Just trying to find it up. And then Chirocta, just, I heard it wasn't dropping it correctly. There is Big Slick in the City. That I'm actually somewhat working on. We'll do that daily today. And then you've got like a Keystone Master mount we'll get, and then I'm sure you've got Glory, the Raiders, and the Heroes. So, you know, there just aren't that many mounts in Dragonflight, but I am still, what, less than halfway on them? Any difficulty? Yeah. But it's basically normal or heroic. I guess Mythic 0, but it doesn't really matter. Breezebiter's the rarest. How hard it is to get. Character either bugged or Pandaria World Boss levels of rare. Yeah. I was thinking of just waiting on that one as well, just to see if anything gets changed. Kitty is cute. Kitty, is that true? Are you being adorable? You good? She's purring a little bit. Hi. Shadowlands had so many mounts compared to Dragonflight, which makes sense because, you know, we've got our dragon riding mounts. We're using those. Shadowlands had a lot of mounts. How are we doing on this? Oh, I only have 4 minutes left on my aerated file, actually. That should be long enough. I'm getting my money's worth out of those. So after this, we did our vault. We did the snail thing. I need to remember when Researchers Under Fire actually happens. I know it's every hour on a specific time. When does it actually begin? I'm not worried about Storm's Fury. Researchers Under Fire. Every hour in the bottom of the hour? On the half hour? 30 minutes. So, like, and then, but then it's up for, like, a while, right? So I could go now. I could go, Did you get the book? No, I opened every door. I got the other 2 books again. I did not get the book we needed. I don't have any plans on that yet. It's not a bad idea, but I haven't really done anything fancy. I installed Craft Sim and I installed TSM, and then I checked this number is the gist of it. I don't do anything much beyond that. It would be a pretty short video. Reward bag has multiple tier 4. That is when it becomes available. Okay. Alright, well, we'll go poke around. We'll finish crafting another 66 of these. We'll post them up for sale, and then I'll go to the caverns and take a little look-see. I need to make sure I pick up the Niffin Rep weekly, because I want to get that done, too. I got raid tonight. I can't game, I mean, I'm gonna game tonight, but I can't game miscellaneously tonight, because I gotta do organized gaming tonight. And then I make sure I have dinner before raid, and then I've got a couple hours in the afternoon. Yeah, that's how days work. Okay, we did? Oh, we got 38 more of these. Yeah, if I just do the Researchers Under Fire once a week. I wonder what the rules are for the Researchers Under Fire mount to drop. If it can just drop randomly from the bag, if it has to be a higher tier bag? I do not know. I do not know. It's nice and sunny and bright out. It is beautiful weather recently. Alright, happy with that. We're gonna chuck those up for sale. Just all of them. Gildy got it out of a green bag. Okay. So we've got, how much worth? 470, almost half a mil from the silver ones, and then another 179 from the gold ones. And then I had a couple bonus of those to sell, and then a couple bonus of those. Pleased with that. Cool. Okay. If I wanted to go to the caverns, I suppose I can fly myself there. I usually flight path my way to the caverns because I'm excessively lazy, but I think it is much faster if you feel like it to fly through the tunnel on your own. Good solid set of people to get the purple bag. I have not gotten one yet. Okay. Yeah, I have pretty limited experience with the event. Is it standard to join a group for it, or do people mostly just try and do it with whoever's around, like the snail event is? I feel like I've gotten turned around, but I don't think that I have. Item level 423. 423. It feels like it's coming along real slow, but we're getting there. Just whoever usually. Okay. Oh, I need to remember to buy a contract. I believe I need a new Niffin contract so that I can get a little bit of bonus rep with all of these. Oh no, that's lambent. I need that. How am I supposed to get anywhere when there's herbs? Where is it? There it is. I'm gonna overload that. I actually don't even know if it's still worth it to overload lambent nodes, but I'm doing it. Give me my glow spores. Right. Oh, bad aim. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, and then I was going to town to pick up the weekly. Watch your guides for bosses. They're really good. Thank you. I appreciate that. We got most of the pets. I need to remind myself, not right now because there's a few too many things going on, but I need to remind myself of what the names of the 3 pets that I'm missing are. There's, I believe, 4 rare pets in the caverns that are kind of like rare spawn versions of the normal pets. And I have one of them. I have the moth already. The other 3, I need to just remind myself of their names so that if I see them while flying by, I can notice and then do it. But currently, this is available for another 14 minutes, so we can get distracted by herbs and then we can go. Scarlopod, Lithingale, Deep Ridger. Okay. Perfect. Scarlopod, Lithingale, Deep Ridger. I have a slabwing already? I do have a slabwing already. Okay. Relics 363. Thank you for the 13-month resub. All right, what are we doing? Titanic forces defeated. Do people just AFK in the middle and wait for their free back? I'm helping. I'm here to help. Not Boulder Fang. Scarlopod, Lithingale, Deep Ridger. How do I remember that? Scarlopod, Lithingale, Deep Ridger. I need a song. Also, oh, it's way down there. Okay. I'm thinking, where are the activities? They're this way. Bugging sometimes, not starting. Okay. Now this is up. It's just way down here. I am here to help. Look, other dragons. Little wing, that's very cute.
Hey, Renan, those dragony fellows there to the north.
Yeah, loads and loads of
Oh, no.
Drake's crests. I pretty much, I mean, there's no harm in using them, but I pretty much don't need any anymore. How am I doing on flight stones? Am I capped? No, I actually spent loads of flight stones, so I'm set. You leaving? See you later. Have I done Halls of Infusion this week? And how bad is the gauntlet with bolstering? I have yet to do a Halls of Infusion this week, unfortunately. I did Freehold, Brackenhide, and Nelth's Lair were the 3 keys I did last night before I had to go eat and then fall asleep. I haven't been in. I am a little afraid of it. I have found so far it's really difficult to guess, at least for me in my brain, it's difficult to guess which things are going to bolster and which things aren't. It's kind of inconsistent. Sometimes they have gone and made little things not bolster, and sometimes they super do, so I guess we're going to have to see. I've found as a preservation evoker, and maybe this is just me blaming my class, it probably is. Sometimes I struggle when my tank is taking sustained heavy damage, sustained heavy single target damage, and I struggle with it because, you know, I've got pretty good group healing damage. I can do single target heals for a little bit, once in a while, but like when it's just kind of big heavy damage consistently, oh, too far. It's tricky to keep up that throughput on just the one target. So I've been struggling with that during bolstering because sometimes you get really angry things and they punch your tank very, very, very hard. It's just a bit of a, not impossible, but a tricky week. And then I think I'm going to have to think hard about what kind of buttons I'm using when, and maybe put some things together in some different combos. I don't know. I think that different healers naturally have different aptitudes, and I don't think this one is naturally the preservation aptitude. I don't think this is something I'm cut out for. It doesn't mean I can't do it, but it means that it's not as easy as some things are. Learning the freehold key. Do not bolster the big guys at the start who do the AoE shout. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there is that. We had big problems with bolstering. Or not, well, no, we had big problems with bolstering in Brackenhide Hollow because there was a lot of... Brackenhide Hollow, there was a lot of just random attacks. So you would get somebody really bolstered and then they would do like a crossbow bolt, like a shoot attack basically. And it would just take somebody out. It's like you get him to a certain bolster level by accident and then all of a sudden he loses his crossbow and he just gets a big gun and he just starts absolutely murdering people one at a time. In like 100 to 0. It was awful. I just need more practice, I think, but it has been a little tricky. Very easy to pull ads in BH. Yeah, that is true. That is the truth. Whoop, getting out of there. And you know, we're still perfecting our routes, but it's going well. We are timing keys. I am happy to be timing 16s at this point of the season, especially without new tier. I think that as the group gets more geared and as I get more geared and just more practice, it's all going to get easier. And we don't usually go beyond 20s anyway, so to already be doing 16, 17s. I think we did time a 17. Yeah, we timed a fortified 17 freehold yesterday. I'm pleased with that for now. I think that's a perfectly fine place to be. Bolster replaces the crossbows with rocket launchers. It's hilarious, but it's not great if you're trying to avoid deaths. Our poor demon hunter. Partly, demon hunters sometimes, if they're not omega careful, can end up in front of cleaves. So that's a bit of a trouble. But then second of all, just there's just so much stuff going on in melee. Our melee were just getting popped. I opened my bag. I got Niffin Commendation. I got an achievement for 200 unearthed fragrant coins. Oh, because I got 30 from doing the quest. That's good. We got 30 for that. Couple flight stones. Adventure helmet that I did not need the appearance for. 500 Niffin rep. Not too bad. Before I forget, Hazel's gonna buy a Niffin contract.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be
at
least
no
2
punctuation.
centuries old.
2,500 gold. Buys you a whole week of getting extra reputation with them every time you do a world quest.
You find anything
It adds up if you're going to do the other world quests, but it seems like I may as well put it on. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to pick that contract up, and then let's do a round of world quests and a snaily, shall we? Seems reasonable. That'll get us some rep. I am deleting this. Delete. I don't want it. Yeah, go away. What do you mean I can't? I can't. I think I stuck one in my bank and now I'm stuck with that mail forever. Okay, alrighty. What was I gonna say? I was gonna put on my contract. I got it. And I'm gonna put it back on. TSM, please. Normal hunters have a bit of a reputation for pulling ads. No bueno on Bolster Week. Bolstering, I think, so far seems like the toughest. It seems more difficult than Raging was last week. Seems like the toughest one so far. Oh, Deep Flare Dust. Okay. So Deep Flare Dust is my profession weekly for alchemy. Oh, actually, while I'm thinking of this, I have the Barter Brick weeklies. I may as well just do them. What are they called? We need the... I mean, I have a tailor, but it's too bad. I'll just buy them. At least I didn't do this yesterday. I bet the prices have been kind of all over the place. Vibrant Wilder Cloth Bolts. We're going to do 75 of those.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
75 of those. And then the other thing, I think they wanted 10 shovels. I think they wanted 10 of these. Have those skyrocketed? They sure have. I can make those... Oh, for heaven's sake, you're going to make me buy them one at a time. I can make these on my blacksmith, but I'm too lazy to log over. 1, 2, and I think 3. Let's make sure that this is the right quest anyway. Otherwise, I'm just going to have way too many shovels. Sturdy Expedition Shovel. Is that what I've been buying? I thought that was what I was buying. Yes, it was what I was buying. Good. Good. How many more? 6 more Sturdy Expedition Shovels.
Ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6.
If you find
Because I'm
anything
too lazy to make them
inside,
for myself.
bring it to me.
Yeah, the prices for those things will go up. I had an interesting experience last week because as a tailor last week, I was able to make the thing that was in demand with the mana pots and the Omnium Draconis. And I found that while it was quite profitable to sell them while the price was spiked, because it was such a public form of demand, there were many, many, many people trying to sell them, especially right away. And it was actually difficult to post them often enough to actually make sales. Like there was just too much competition. It was a bit too, I don't know, labor intensive, I guess. I have plenty of things that I can sell where I can just kind of make a ton of them, chuck them all up, give it a day, and they'll sell because there's not as many people making things in that category. And that's definitely more my style. more fun. Okay, so we turned those in. I'm sure I got barter bricks for that. We got 5 and then 5, so 10 barter bricks there. I'm saving my barter bricks for mounts, and then at renown 11, we're going to be able to start getting barter boulders. That'll be something.
But the snailets are a bit
All right, so we need to get slime. Snail slime. Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, so we have to pop up underneath these guys. That's right. Did I get it? Oh no, and then okay. Fine. Quite the world quest. But, you know, you get some rep for it. You get some flight stones. Started an evoker on trial. Recommendations and professions. If you don't like the sound of it, and it doesn't sound fun to you, gathering professions are pretty straightforward. They're pretty safe. There isn't really a good way to do it wrong. And it's still pretty fun. You're finding rare nodes. You're, like, overloading things. You are... and you can make a fair bit of gold selling the elementals that you're getting off the herbs, as well as herbs and ore, as well as herbs and ores themselves. So on all of my alts, I really just take mining and herbalism, and you can do quite well off of that. If you want... It depends on what kind of things you like to do. A lot of profession gold making is done through crafting gear and through networking and getting a reputation on your server for being the person that can make this thing and this thing. And then you kind of like build a client base and you do work orders. People make loads of gold off that. I don't, because I don't want to talk to anybody. So I focused on alchemy, where I can just kind of get my knowledge, get my points, make my stuff and sell it on the auction house, and that's working well for me. But there's, you know, different levels of engagement with it. Not engaging is an option, but if you were going to not do professions at all, I would say at the very least give yourself gathering professions so you can pick up some herbs and ore once in a while. I want professions help you Mythic Plus. I would, in that case, take alchemy, because alchemy, once you get some points into it, is going to help your files last longer. And you also get bonuses like a little heal when you use your potions, stuff like that. That's very nice. I get very used to my extra file duration from having points in files and alchemy, and you don't need to get a ton of points into it to get those. The node that I'm talking about in specializations in file mastery, once you learn, once you learn frost formulated files, once you've unlocked this, you get an extra half hour on those. Similarly, you unlock air and you get an extra half hour on that. Over in potions, you get a little heal, a little hot when you consume a frost potion. For air potions, you get a little burst of speed when you consume one of those. So unlocking those nodes is going to help you in keys without you needing to actually like craft and sell anything. Save you a little bit of gold. Am I going? How are we doing? We're working on this world quest. It's coming along. It's going okay. Yeah, alchemy is also great in Brackenhide Hollow in particular, because you can, and your group will usually have an alchemist, but you can, alchemists can repair these potion pots, these potion pots in Brackenhide Hollow that everybody can then click on to get a free disease dispel, which in Brackenhide is kind of nice. Comes in real handy. Not a good way to switch professions. What is it? Somebody was telling me if you switch, somebody tested this. If you drop a profession and you pick up a new profession, you'll have to start from scratch with a new profession getting new points. But if you go back to your first profession, I believe your points are still there. I think that once you've unlocked a point and spent it in a profession, even if you drop it and go back to it, your points will still be there. Unclear about the recipes. I haven't done it. I haven't been brave enough to change professions, so I don't have any first-hand experience. Decay Cauldron yet. No, and I'm not going to. It sounds like not me. I just haven't been making any decay stuff. Not because it's a bad idea. I just, people make plenty of profit doing that. I just didn't want to. Sounded annoying. Didn't want to do it. Decided I was perfectly happy to make all the stuff that did not need me to go into the stinky place. And I understand that the point of making the cauldron is so you don't have to go back to the stinky place, but you have to go at least once. And even if I'm there doing keys, I don't know, man. Not for me. I'm good. More profit for other people. I gotta share sometimes, you know? My understanding is that you would lose previous expansion recipes unless they are specifically like the Legion ones or whatever that had a tome to reteach them to you. I think that you would lose most of them. You can do professions and alts quite effectively, though. So if you wanted to mess around with a profession, but you didn't want to drop a profession on your main, if you have another character that you want to play, they don't even have to get to level 70. You can do a lot of profession stuff starting at level 60. You can take them right to Valdraken. You can start doing your profession weeklies. You can start crafting stuff, and you can even get experience for doing some of that crafting. So if you wanted to play around and experiment with other professions, alts is a great way to do that. Point still there. Recipes not had the Vial of the Sands. Oh, that hurts. Oh. How is enchanting? It's gotten a big boost from. I mean, I haven't done it firsthand, so I couldn't tell you. I'm sure someone's making gold off of it. I haven't done a lot of it firsthand. I do have it on my gnome, but I didn't get it super far. I didn't ever level it fully all the way up. But you need enchanting now to make these higher level crests. Like you need them to synthesize the crests into the craftable crests. So they are needed for that. But I think the margins are pretty tight just for standard enchants. Kind of nice to have. You get your materials just by playing the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm happy to just buy my enchants with gold and then not worry too much about them. I have really only... I mean, I do herbalism as well, but it's just kind of for like a nice little bonus whenever I'm out in the world doing this kind of thing. I'm definitely not making tons of gold off of it. The only profession that I've really sunk any serious time into is alchemy, and I'm quite happy with that. I feel much more like I've come to grips with it. Like I understand what I'm doing. I understand why it's working. And I don't feel like I need to do... It's not that much work to keep up with. I can just kind of do it whenever I feel like it. And then if it's not profitable or if I'm just not in the mood, I can leave it alone and it's not a big deal. I can kind of come back in and do my weekly transmutes. It is a nice and... I don't know, a nice reasonable time commitment, which is to say not much, but I've still been able to make some gold off of it, which I appreciate. I like making gold. Miss the time we used to be able to have an enchanter DE something and then not to be traded window. I don't know if I knew that you couldn't do that still. I thought you could still do that. I need 6 more deep flare dust. This is a profession weekly, so it's a bit annoying by default. Gold is only for BMA. I can't even spend my gold in the BMA anymore, guys. I can't do it. They keep giving away all the stuff that I used to shop for as Twitch drops, and now as Prime rewards. I can't do it. I'm keeping my gold. I mean, I'm not really upset that they're giving these things away. It just means that I'm not going to spend any more gold for them because I do not, especially TCG items specifically, which is what I was spending all of my gold on before, was TCG toys on the BMOM. I won't spend any more gold on them. That's all. It's not a problem. It just means that I'm saving my gold just to have it in my gold pile so that I can look at it and go, yeah, rich. Sometimes if I'm making gold just for the sake of making gold, it becomes less fun. But right now I'm kind of enjoying just, you know, I hit 4 mil. I'm only carrying 3.2 right now, but I hit 4 mil. I would like to get 5 mil, I guess. That sounds like fun. see if I can keep this momentum up, keep making some stuff while I'm folding my laundry. Imagine if they made the AH mount as a Twitch drop. It would be bananas. I would be very surprised. I would be quite shocked if they did that. Yeah, it's almost all from alchemy. Plus, you know, whatever regular stuff you get from just playing the game, but generally speaking from alchemy. Big chunk of it early, and then I took a big break and didn't make any gold at all, and now I've just gotten back into it. Just gotten back into it recently. More dust. But I'm getting closer to being done with my profession knowledge points for it. Not super close. I need another like 35, I think. And then I'll have all of the functional traits done. Because like I said, I skipped decay because I didn't want to do it. So I have no points in decayology, which is fine. And I also have chosen to not put any points into research because I basically learned all the files I needed anyways without having advanced research. I don't think you need advanced research to learn stuff. It just helps you learn it faster or something. So I don't have any points in potion or file research either. But the other ones I'm almost finished with. I do like hazelnuts. I think it's one of my favorite flavors to get if I'm going to do like a flavored coffee or like a coffee with a syrup in it. Hazelnut is kind of the go-to. Not for all the time, but for sometimes. Also very nice with chocolate. Wonder if they'll do the spectral cat. They had one of the interviews that they were doing recently. They said something along the lines of they would not do the swift spectral tiger, which kind of leaves open the possibility of the regular. There's also a regular spectral tiger. There's a armored and an unarmored version of it. It seemed really unclear to me what the reasoning was, because Ian said something about how he recognizes that that's like a prestige thing and they were very expensive and people worked really hard to get them. But that also holds true for like all of the rest of the TCG mounts. Like, just because that one's a little bit more iconic, it's functionally the same situation as all of this other stuff. So I don't know. I think they're just picking and choosing. But I'm happy. The one that I think would not hurt my feelings, but that I feel is the most special and interesting, that I like the most that I've had already. The TCG mount that I mean, it's a cool mount, so it'd be good if everybody could get it, but like, I like that it's special for me, is my Ghastly Charger. This thing, I love this thing because it runs, it flies just like it runs, it's spooky, it's like a skeleton, it's unique, I feel like. It's noticeable, it's, and I mean, I've had it for ages, so I do appreciate that I've had my time with it, but that's probably more important to me than my Spectral Tiger. Like, I have a Swift Spectral, and that was a big deal gold making wise when I got that back in whenever it was that was. I was very excited to get that when I finally saved enough gold to do it. But the Ghastly Charger can fly, which is a pretty big deal. What is this? Twitch drop is done. Twitch drop ended on the 15th, so the drop period is over for the Blazing Hippogriff. Waiting for the Rooster mount. That would be something. That's one that I don't have. I do not have a Magic Rooster. I would be a little surprised if they did it, I think. That one's very, very unique. I feel like they've been going for kind of the generic looking ones. Got it from a Landorus loot crate. Ooh, that is lucky. Looking forward to active flying for other drakes? You mean like dragon riding? Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like fun. I'd like to... I miss my other dragons. I have other ones. They're lovely. I would like to, you know what came to mind, actually? I know it's a shop mount, but the Enchanted Fey Dragon, this thing, dragon riding on that would be real cool. I think that's a really nice looking mount. Yeah, you cannot get any more Twitch drops right now. The drop period ended. If you did not get your Blazing Hippogriff, you have missed the window for that one. Dragon riding on a love rocket! Excuse me, it's the Heartbreaker XYZ... What is it called? It's the Heartbreaker... It's the X45 Heartbreaker. The ABCDEFG. Oh, my Splinter. Nice. Man. Okay, clinking dirt covered pouch. I needed that. Not bad. One more deep flare dust, and then we can move on and keep cranking through world quests. Think Love Rocket name's not going anywhere? That depends on who you talk to. I would continue using both if I wanted somebody to know what I meant, though. I think if you told somebody about your Heartbreaker mount, they'd be like, "Your what now?" I don't know any mount by that name. Anner, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Okay. Really? One more, okay. Forgot they changed that. I can't believe I got one still. I know that they became more common, but still. Actually, how common are we talking? We're saying still, even with the new change drop rate that they did last year, the bonus to your first day's kill, still only 2.2% of players have it. That's a lot more than it used to be, but that's not very high for a mount like that. I think having the limited availability period, plus the fact that it wasn't a guarantee, that is still a rare mount for sure. I never did watch Steven Universe. I don't know anything about it. Missed out on that one. What are we going to say? Deto Masu, thank you for the 6-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, I am really underinformed on this whole being able to drag and ride with other mounts thing that I have heard about. I, at some point, should do some research, probably before the next news video, and figure out exactly what the deal is, because I don't really... I've heard bits and pieces, but I don't have a ton of... I don't have a great first-hand idea. Fix this year was a joke for players doing 50 plus ults per day. I think the intent of the fix was that it kind of devalued doing 50 ults a day, so people hopefully wouldn't feel like they needed to do 50 ults a day. But it was, you know, that's very individual to the person. I looked at the change and I went, well, I guess I'll just do 1 a day, because I wasn't doing 50. But before I would have done like kind of 10 to 20. If I was feeling in the mood for it, I was kind of demoralized because it was such a low drop rate. But I used to, if I was motivated, do 10 to 20. And this time with the change, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do the 1 a day because that's going to have the good chance. And then if I get it, I get it. If I don't, then, you know, tough nuggets. But then I got it. And problem solved. Just get lucky. Hard thing to say. Okie dokie, we need some more reputation. So let's go do some world quests. We've got a dragon race just over here somehow. Up above, maybe? How do we do that? Maybe around this way. Nope. How do you do that, actually? It says up. There is no up. Is it not up? Is there an inner up? Is it up here? Ah, I see. I see. Okay.
We can see how your skills are coming along.
Really loving the dragon races. Can't do them all at 60. I've tried. The
Aspects great.
yeah, I don't really bother with the advanced or the reverse races. I just kind of do the regular ones. I did advanced races up to silver in the overworld because they bribed me with a pet. There's a racing enthusiast. It's a little bronze baby dragon pet. It's very cute, and I needed it, so I had to do the races up to silver. And I found that actually wasn't as bad as I had it worked up to be in my head. It was fine. Some of them took a few tries, but plenty of them were kind of doable for me in 1 try. But I didn't do gold, and then I think I did a few reverse races, and then I thought, what's the point? Why am I doing this? For what? And I stopped again. If I ever look into it and find out that I'm missing a pet that I need from it, then there'll be that, I suppose. Oh, I think I missed a thingy. There we go. Call that gold.
I can see that
Need to do more silver races then. You want to see it? I think I called mine Margie. Margie, bronze racing enthusiast, which is funny because you need to get silver. You'd think that it would have been a bronze medal thing. She's got a little flag in her mouth. Wow, it's so dark in here. It's kind of hard to check out pets. She's got a little flag in her mouth. Also, she's clipping through this ledge. Come over here. Hi. Hi. Cute. Yeah, there's definitely dragon riding armor you can get for doing golds. I think I just decided I didn't care about that much. It was kind of like Soul Shape's last expansion. I thought these are neat, and if I run into them naturally and organically, then I'll definitely get them and use them. But if I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to collect all the cosmetics for such an expansion-specific feature. I feel like I have enough to get on with just collecting... Oh, no, come back. Enough to get on with just collecting mounts and pets and toys. Mostly mounts and pets. Let's not kid ourselves. I don't collect toys that hard. But yeah, you know, if I run into the customizations, that's great. But I think I would drive myself bonkers trying to get everything. Let's go there. There. I don't know if I'm doing this in a great order, but you get all the upgrades and eventually these become pretty reasonable. And at least the upgrades are account-wide, so what I did, I think, is on one of my alts that had a bunch of free supplies just from being an alt and getting a ton of renown real easy, I went and just bought a bunch of the upgrades.
My next generation mad.
Farmed for days for the cricket one, but because my name just had to have it. How to use the Spark of Shadow Flame? You need to get something crafted through a crafting order. You can go to the Artisans Consortium, little crafting platform in Valdrakken, open up the crafting order interface, and find your piece of gear and find a crafter, or find a piece of gear. Ideally, if you want it done really well, you kind of sniff out a decent person to make it for you first, so you can ask around to your guild or just in trade chat if there's anybody that can make the specific thing that you want made with it. They're for crafting. You need a spark to craft an endgame piece of gear. Other good things to have would be these enchanted crest fragments that enchanters can make to kind of help set the item level of it higher if you're getting decent crests. If you're getting like the higher level crest, then that'll be good. But you can also just kind of craft it at a base item level, and then later on, if you get the crest, you can recraft it, and you won't need to use another spark. You would just need a little bit more of the materials. Notice the character also has a buzz cut. Yeah, I balded my character. I actually did it before I balded myself. I was really wanting to cut off all my hair, and I didn't have any trimmers at the time. And also, I was giving myself a couple days to make sure I really wanted to do it, and I wasn't just having a breakdown. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to take out this head shaving energy on my WoW characters first, because I knew that they had added all of these hairless options for all the characters. So I took a bunch of characters to the barbershop first, and I took away all their hair to see how I liked it. I put most of them back eventually, but I actually really like the Drakthir because she keeps like these head scales. What am I doing and for what? Why am I doing this? She keeps her head scales without hair, and I actually thought that was really cool, so I've kept her like that. Yeah, so with crafted gear, there's also embellishes. There, you can wear a set amount, I think it's what, 2 of embellishments, and those are special effects that you can either craft onto the gear with like a separate item, or for certain slots, there's gear that comes like with the embellishments, so engineering bracers, I believe, are one of them. These Venom Steeped Stompers are a piece of crafted gear that comes with an embellishment. They come with that. The Lariat is an example of something that was highly used last season that technically counts as an embellishment. And those have to be crafted, and you can wear up to 2 pieces of it. You can wear more crafted gear than that, but you can only have 2 pieces with an embellish on them. The Flavor Pocket does not count as an embellishment, so you can craft that onto a 3rd piece of gear independently of your embellishes, and you can have your well-fed bonus last longer and through death with an alchemical Flavor Pocket. They're expensive, but I think it's worth it. Did I not do this? Oh no, it's another Climbing World quest. I was thinking, did I not do that one? I remember we were just climbing.
Currency down here, apparently. Grab some for the Dragon Scale expedition.
Oh, no, mushrooms, different thing. Different thing. Didn't know I needed to take a mini class in WoW gearing. Gearing is still, and I play this game every day, and I arguably play it for a living, although nobody expects me to be very good at it, but I do this every day. And I still, with the finer points of gear crafting, am still kind of fuzzy, to the point where I tend to put off getting any gear crafted. It's professions I can deal with. Gear crafting is the one it's not too much, but it's enough that I have to be in the right mood to want to figure out what's going on. And it's been out for a while too. It's not like this is brand new information. I need one of them. I have a friend that's very into professions that if I get confused and stuck, I'll just ask him for help, and he'll walk me through what I need to do and what I need to get. And he has a lot of the professions, so he can make stuff for me. Having to source your own crafter in addition to looking into the mats and the crest and the spark and everything sounds like a lot. It's possible. People do it, but it's a lot. Glitter collected. Oh yeah, we just fly through this. That's right.
Stickiest glitter. If you see any floating around, run through it and bring it back to me.
Sometimes I think that's what I sound like. I'm in my guild Discord giving instructions on how to avoid a mechanic. It's like, listen, everybody, we're gonna hide behind the rock structure, and then you won't die. Like, okay, all right, Mrs. Piggy. Okay, Snuffleupagus, calm down. Everybody's doing it. Shall we do Delvert's cart? I don't know, man. I'm gonna do the world quest first. Let's focus on world quest. Make sure we get those done. How did you find my guild? I, very lucky, got into a great guild ages ago. I was roommates at the time with the people that were forming it. And even though those people are no longer in the guild, I've just been kind of grandfathered in. It's a good group of people. We're not recruiting, no. There is a Hazel Nutty Squirrel Squad community guild that does a lot of content. They are wonderful, wonderful people. They are also on Lightbringer. I should be clear though, I don't actively play in there. I play in a private guild. I'm shy. Only when you're talking about battle pets. We are not mythic raiders. I am not a mythic raider in the slightest. I am a heroic raider. So we'll clear normal, we'll farm that, and then we will get into heroic and we'll clear that and farm it a little bit. I also do keys. Last season I did up to 20s, but not really past 20s. Whoa. And then I also PvP a little tiny bit on another character. I got 1800 last season and I was happy with that in solo shuffle. I would classify myself as kind of a mid-range player. I'm certainly not cutting edge. I'm not pushing anything super hard, but I do pretty decent, pretty solid content for somebody that doesn't like to pay attention. I think just by virtue of spending enough time here. These little mice are so cute. I was doing a dungeon. I was doing a pug key. And this hunter had one of those mice as their hunter pet. And they had named it Treasure Whisker. And I loved it so much. It was so cute. While we were waiting for the tank to show up, I slash loved their pet. And then they liked that. What am I doing? Sniffing mice are nice. Hermit Yaren knows the best sniffing mice. I bet if you borrow one from him, he'll be able to do some good smellies. Tell me where to dig. Am I doing 2 separate quests here? I have a sniffing mouse in my head, so I am adorable for a start. Also, I look great in this dress. But I'm looking for sparling stuff on the ground. I'm looking for stuff on the ground. Where am I looking? I wish I had a map indicator. I've had this issue in the Zerlek Caverns where I don't really get these blue map indicators very consistently. Rumbling dirt. Okay. Sparkly spots. You tell the Drogbar to dig. Okay, what does the mouse have to do with it? This is a 3-man operation, I guess. The mouse sniffs, and then the Drogbar digs, and then I just get to command them like a foreman? I don't see anything. I see an herb. He is showing me the location. How is he showing me the location? I don't see... Oh, there's something. Okay. Well, tough nuggets. There's an herb over here. I'll be there shortly. Gotcha. Okay. Can I still be in combat? Yeah, I don't lose my mouse or anything. That's good. That was a lush bubble poppy. I needed that. That's, how much is that worth? 25 times 8? 200 gold worth? Something like that? Gildy made a t-shirt. I break for Rytherbark. That was my motto early expansion, just flying around. Urbing was so fun. It still is fun. I haven't dropped it, which I think is a good testament. But I had so much fun early in the expansion flying around picking herbs because you'd see a Rytherbark and you'd be like, everybody, hold up. Wait. Drop what you're doing. There is a root on the ground and I require it. They're very expensive. Oh, yeah, there's a good amount of these things. Oh, man, I had the weirdest streaming dream. I often have dreams about trying to stream and, being either unable to get it up and then being late, or having a hard time preventing nearby people from saying things that would dox me. This one was kind of like a weird combination of both. It was a dream where I was moving a lot. I was moving to different places. I was moving, back and forth between Canada and Oregon, which is a recurring dream I have. I think that move just traumatized me. I think, so in this dream, for whatever reason, I was planning on going back to Canada, but I had to stay in Washington, which was weird. And I was staying at a golf course. I was staying at some kind of a golf course resort because of, I don't know, I knew somebody or something. But then I was I was like, okay, fine, I'll be here for a little bit. I have like an outfit. I can wear these clothes and I'm just going to try and stream so that I can keep my schedule. And I'm like trying to set the stream from like the desk computer at the admissions desk of the golf course. No golfing was involved. And I was running my stream and I was like, hang on a second. Because I'm at this golf course and because I'm connected to their internet, for some reason, there is this watermark on my stream through OBS somehow that is advertising said golf course and also incidentally doxing where I am. And I'm like, well, that's no. We can't have that. So I'm like trying to like make excuses in the stream, be like, sorry, hang on a second. I'm gonna run the start screen again. I'm gonna run the BRB screen. I'm gonna just try and deal with this for a second. Hold on, guys. And I'm like kind of pressing all the different buttons, trying to get rid of the watermark, but I can't get rid of the watermark because the golf course apparently coded it into my broadcast. It was a weird dream. I just remember being like, why? And then also I was frustrated because it wasn't a very good stream and I wanted to make sure that I still had, did I lose my mouse? I might have lost my boy. I wanted to make sure I still had, a good stream running so that I could afford to move back away from this Washington golf course. Which hole? Just in the entrance building. No part of the actual, like the only part of the golf course you could see was like out the back window. Yeah, I don't golf. I've never golfed. I find the concept of golf courses to be a little goofy. I won't bully people for golfing, but I'm probably not going to go. Dadoon 2, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. It was a real weird one. And then I woke up and I remembered that I'm in Victoria and I was like, okay, well that's one thing done. No matter how much I have to do today or how much I want to get done, at least I don't have to move back across the border from a Washingtonian golf course. So that problem's been solved. This is a long world quest. We got one more of these. We're going to get some rep though for it. That'll be good. We're going to get 112 rep because we've got our contract out. I'm so happy with the warm weather and with just, you know, I feel so breezy. I feel like my image of what my childhood, I don't remember what I used to wear and do in the summer. Something about running around the woods with bugs. But now as a grown-up, I'm, you know, it's warm out. I'm putting on my my giant old t-shirts and my shorts and grabbing a water bottle and going hiking and going exploring and going, you know, you go grocery shopping or whatever, and it's just like this level of freedom, I guess. I don't know. I'm just real comfy. The nice weather and the short hair and the giant clothes. I'm just so comfy just roaming around town. Do I need him? No, I need Delvert. I mean, I can do that pet battle just for the rep and for the stone, but I need, if we're looking at pet battle achievements, for Family Battler of the Zeralek Cavern, I need Delver Marde. I haven't caught his world quest up yet, so I'll go do this just for a quick one. I've got a team for it, I'm sure. Living the dream, trying to break away from the city I'm in for 3 years now. I do eventually want to get out of the city. There are definitely things about the city that don't work for me. And I don't really need to live in the city in the way that a lot of people do because my job is, I just really need internet. I don't have a commute, so I can afford to live somewhere more rural as long as I have a decent connection and kind of live that way. So eventually I would like to live somewhere a little less expensive, just housing wise, so I can buy something. Less people, more animals, slightly less traffic would be nice. It's manageable here, but it's still a little stressful. But for right now, I'm definitely going to miss how convenient the city is once I leave. Like being able to just kind of get groceries delivered next day, being able to kind of get food from all these different places, being able to walk to lots of different stores whenever anybody has like a sale on different food items, and being able to go to all these different parks. I mean, yeah, I'm going to miss it, I think. But it's so expensive, I can't afford to buy a house in town. And also, you know, less people, more animals, less traffic. Which battle do I want? Which team do I want to use for this guy? Do you even train? Was there a good one that was like nice and easy? These are all my family teams. What kind of pets does he have? He has like critters or something? I'm going to try the beast team. I think that'll be pretty reasonable. I think that's a pretty good team. Victoria's my ideal small city. Work in politics, so Victoria has that for me. It's I mean, I guess I haven't lived in a city before. I've lived in different kind of suburbs and towns outside of cities, and I used to go into Portland now and then for stuff, but I definitely didn't like live in town. Victoria's a really cool city. It's got its problems, and it's expensive as anything, but it's cool. I love how you can get these different beautiful outdoors experiences without having to go super far. You drive a half an hour, maybe an hour in like any direction. I mean, you can't drive half an hour most directions because you're going to hit water because we're on the southern tip of an island, but you can go, you know, you drive towards Souk, you drive up island, you drive up Saanich, you drive down to, there's lots of different places that you can go, down kind of towards Colwood. Even you go up to Mill Bay. There's so many different places that you can go that aren't crazy far away, that are just gorgeous and also so different from each other. You can see some really different ecosystems without going super far, and find like these nice quiet places to just hang out outside. You got to drive there, which kind of sucks. Although there is transit, I think, to some of these places. I haven't tried to catch a bus to Souk. That's kind of a long time on a bus. I need to make teams. How to even go about doing it. So what I will say is that I don't make teams. I just take teams other people have made and I use them. And I get those teams from this site here. So that site will have listings for each tamer, and it'll have different teams people have submitted. And then using the add-ons Rematch and then also Pet Battle scripts, you can import the teams so that you don't even have to set them up yourself, and they'll auto-load when you get to the tamer. And with the script, it actually will have logic for how the fight plays out in the add-on. So you just press the auto battle key every single round, and it will use that script to determine which move to do next anyways. So you can pet battle from scratch. You don't need any of that. You can certainly kind of look at your pets and piece something together, and you will probably make it through. But if you're not in the mood for it, and you just kind of want to get the thing done, there is great technology that can help smooth that whole thing out. That fan site will have lists of add-ons, lists of the pets to level first. It will have the strategies. It's got everything you need. That's a good one to bookmark, is Zufu's. I'm not affiliated with them, but they do great work there. Alrighty, that gave me a free upgrade stone. How are we doing on world quests? Viridian heart crystals, you betcha. Chilliwack has most of what you need if you're okay moving off the island. I can't move off the island. I'm okay with moving out of town, but I don't want to... If I move off the island, I will go back to seeing my family once every second year. I don't really like traveling. I don't even really like driving, but like I can drive half an hour, 40 minutes, maybe an hour, you know, somewhat regularly if it comes to it. But as soon as ferries are involved... And my family, they all work in the city, so they all live here. And right now, when I'm living in the city, it's kind of awesome because I can like walk, bus, or drive to see any of them really quickly. So I want to move out of town, but I can't move to Chilliwack. It would just be the same as living. Like if I'm gonna do that, I may as well go live in anywhere else across Canada. I'm sure there's some cheap places in the boonies of Saskatchewan or something. Moved from Kansas. I would like to visit Interior BC one day, though. I must have been once. As a child, I once went on a band trip to Sun Peaks, which I believe is inland somewhere. And we drove through some places on a big bus with a bunch of band geeks to get there. And I remember it was beautiful, but I was mostly occupied with being 13 and hopped up on sugar. Cheap places are in Manitoba, and that's a fate I don't wish upon anyone. I think anywhere that's really affordable is going to have other expenses in the really dire weather and everything you need to do to keep up with it and to make sure that you're not damaging your vehicle and your house and yourself when the weather gets really dire. Victoria and Vancouver Island are lovely because they're basically tropical compared to the rest of Canada. Yeah, you get summer and you get winter, but it is nothing like it is in Eastern Canada. It is pretty, we're chilling. We're nice here. There we go. In Alaska, feel that statement. I would also love to visit Alaska, but I don't know if it would be possible, but difficult to live there. I think it's something that you maybe get used to, figuring out which things are important, which things to keep on top of. But if I want to pick a place to live, I need to save up some money so that I can buy a house. One house for Hazel. And then we'll be in good shape. That's pretty much the last goal I have for my life. I don't have any kids that I want to send to college. I should be clear, I don't have any kids at all. It's not that I had some and then I decided that they didn't need an education, but I am not looking to go down that life path. I'm not looking to get married again. I'm not looking to really do anything aside from have a nice place to live, sit there and plant some carrots and wait for the apocalypse. I'm good with that. Have some cats, you know, plant some raspberries, go hiking and fishing. I am A-okay with all that, so it'll be that's kind of the last big thing. Sounds like the best life. I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't have everything figured out in my life. I have issues like anybody else, some of which threaten to overwhelm me sometimes, but I am pretty happy to have figured out what I want from life and to have figured out what things I used to think I needed that are not that important to me. I've lived enough to have realized what things I want and what things I'm okay with letting go, and that I can let other people engage in, and I can just kind of be good. I think I could die right now, and I would be bummed about dying right now because of the death part, but having seen those whales yesterday, I would not feel like I didn't get a chance to live. Not yesterday, Monday. I saw whales on Monday. There we go. That's why I'm an evoker. Hey, Dreambloom. Yeah, maybe the cats will want to go to college. I got puppies, I gotta take them to puppy school. I'm sure that can be expensive, but it's probably not more expensive than university. Do you think that once the faction divide is removed, they'll remove the faction change from the shop? No, I don't think so. I also don't think they're ever going to fully remove it. I think that there are always going to be parts of the game, such as war mode, where faction is still a relevant and important thing. Plus, faction changes also kind of function as a race change. Plus, you know, it's a way for them to make money. They don't like stripping ways for them to make money. They have done it on occasion. They used to sell you character recustomizations, where you could change things like your character's like skin and gender and stuff like that. And now they let you do all of that in the barbershop for free. So on occasion, they have let some amounts of money slip from their iron grasp. But for the most part, if they can sell something, they're just going to sell it. What? Whoa. Am I hungry? I had blueberry oats for breakfast. I was feeling very virtuous, but it is 11:30 and I am kind of hungry. I've gotten kind of spoiled. I've just been eating really delicious food, and it's made me not want to work as hard to make healthy food that's less delicious. And I'm just not a good enough chef to make healthy foods that's as delicious. There we go. How do we do? Gold? Gold. Nice. I got an achievement. Zerlik Cavern Silver. Oh, it's only... Or did I get gold as well? Yeah, I did. I did get Zerlik Cavern Gold. Do I get anything for that? Not really. Man. Okay. Alrighty. Just had Tim's was delicious for once. What did you get? What did you get that was delicious from Tim's? I'm genuinely interested because I haven't been happy with them, and I've kind of given up trying. Speaking of money, heard about the Overwatch 2 drama? No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Coffee and sausage farmer's wrap with barbecue sauce. That's why I made my double gatherer a dragon. Oh, I still haven't done those side quests. And you know what? I'm still not going to. I'm not in the mood. Sharpbeak has been hungry for weeks. Sharpbeak has been hungry. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this in. And I'm gonna pay attention to what I get here, actually. Researchers under fire. I've already done that for the week, though. We're good. I've earned my gift for my assistance this week. Is it true that if I persisted, is it true that if I participated and we got more than a tier 2 gift, if we got a tier 4 gift for just having a slamming group, could I then get another one? Or is it, we pretty much got what we got? I'm not going to do it again, but I'm just curious. All right. At some point in my life, not then. Oh, you know what? It was for doing that achievement. I was thinking at some point I got a manuscript. I got this red hair for my Winding Slither Drake, and it's because I got the Zerlik Cavern achievement for racing. I don't know if it was from gold or silver or bronze, because I got them all at the same time. But I got red hair for my Winding Slither Drake. Nice. And then we got Cavern Racer's Purse. Nice. Tapered chin for the Highland Drake. Come on, TSM. My workaround for whenever my add-ons don't let me click something from my bags is to put them on my bar and click them, but it's still kind of annoying. Here, we'll do our Dream Bloom petals too. Only go for donuts, Timbits? Yeah, that's kind of the last thing. And honestly, there's better places to get donuts here. Loam, Niffin, Commendation, Coins, Supplies. That was a different thing, okay. This is the Sensational Treasures. This is the weekly box. Dig Map, Veteran Helmet, Dragon Shard of Knowledge, Drake Crest Fragment, Splintered... Okay, so you can get, or you do get, your Splintered Spark from the week. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so if I want to get it on my alt, I should probably just do the weekly. Also, I'm sure I have another Splinter in my bank because I betcha I stashed it there after last week. So yeah, we'll go check the bank. Anything else I want to do here? What am I... Oh, we got a dig map, and then I bet we can barter for another one, and then I bet Mirren had one to begin with. Good spot for donuts and Vic. Empire donuts are pretty decent, and they are also... They do delivery, but they're carried at... I think you can get Empire donuts at the coffee shop, like KOFI coffee shop, kind of on Haltane. And then I was hearing that Discovery Coffee has good donuts too. I forget where they're from though. What am I doing? I haven't actually had a lot of donuts recently. I used to do donuts, not all the time, but Portland had donuts. Portland had Blue Star. And then Portland also had this donut land I used to go to. They were really good too. Coffee shop on View Street and the mall walkthrough. Okay. Dig maps. Yeah. Let's go to the barter guide and buy my weekly barter dig map. That seems like a good idea. I'm getting distracted because I'm hungry. Not you. Makes me miss when Lay said I'll trust chips. My buddy was going on about how the best Canadian chips were Mrs. Vicky's spicy dill and something. I tried some of them. It was not my thing. I'm not huge for potato chips. I'll eat them. I don't mind them, but I don't crave them. I feel like if there's ever a junk food that I can kind of take or leave it, I may as well leave it so that I can you know, save my poor decision making for junk food that is more emotionally important to me. I am really struggling to find my rich boy. I thought he was Ponzo. I lost you. Ponzo, I lost you. We're right in front of me, literally right in front of me. All right. Hi, how you doing? What do I got here? We got 33 bricks. We're buying our dig map for the week. Not too worried about any of the rest of this. Not yet, anyways. Now that I'm Niffin 12, I should be able to get barter boulders, which are better for bartering. Barter boulders are better bartering. Big barter boulders do make bartering better. And then we get some manuscripts later. Okay. All right, shall we sniff and seek? Shall we just do our weekly sniff and seeking? What do I use bricks on? Casual, normal, raider. If you're doing any profession stuff, you can trade bricks for a couple of profession recipes in Loam. Those are nice. That's how I got my Drakathis transmute recipe as an alchemist. There's also other stuff people can get. If you are not a profession user, what else do you use them for? Oh, you can use them. What did you say? Casual, normal, raider this tier? You can buy a certain amount of crests for barter bricks every week, I believe. I have not been doing this, but... Or am I confused? I'm confusing them with the coins, aren't I? Let me see. Yeah, I'm confusing them with the coins. Sorry, you can buy Drakes and Whelpling crest for coins, but that's not it. That's not barter bricks. You just get cosmetics, I guess. I know there's mounts. There's 2 mounts. Let's go back to Ponzo. What else do you get for these bricks? We got 2 mounts. Because you can buy these like the cream and the timeshare voucher, and you can trade those to other NPCs in town for like the profession stuff. Also profession knowledge, but if you're not crafting, then you don't need that. Manuscripts, there's the mount. Yeah, mostly cosmetics and profession stuff.
You got a nose for a good deal.
Yeah. You get boulders where you would have gotten bricks. Good. Okay. Let's dig. Let's sniff and seek. I feel like I'm not any happier about sniff and seeking, but I have a slightly better understanding of how to go about doing it. It's fine. Let's give give map. Oh. Can I not put these on my bars? I can't put them on my bars. So we should give them, we should get 3. Merrick can get 3 maps at a time, and he pretty much gets 3 maps a week, so head on in.
Don't forget your buddy.
Don't forget your buddy.
Huh? There's treasure everywhere. Just gotta snip it out.
Add-on does that reload? It fixes it. It fixes it for like 10 seconds though. It happens again so rapidly that I've kind of given up on it. It's just, I would rather, it's faster for me to just, oh, it's my mail snail. It's faster for me to drag it to a bar and click on it than it is to reload every time. Okay, what are we saying here? Are those tablets a clue? This is so exciting. Oh, this thing. Is it a different riddle though? It looks like a different riddle. One of our family speaks every word true. Find the one. So you need to find the truth speaker again. We've got 2 pressure plates this time. There's the chest that requires the key. Here, you just like sit here, okay? Yes? Sit. Also, as I discovered last time, you can kind of brute force this by just guessing all of them. I am apparently no good at riddles. Is there nothing up here? I might take him up there. You know what? Before we do any of this, gimme. Do you smell anything?
I don't smell anything.
Aw, I don't smell anything. Anything up here?
I don't smell anything.
Any goodies? Extras? No? Okay.
Smell anything.
Alright, alright. There'll be a rat somewhere? I wonder if it's guaranteed. I didn't see anything. Here, I'll put him down. What are you saying? You're saying... The Tauren statue, made of iron, who holds the hammer, is not the correct choice. Tauren statue, made of iron, holding a hammer. Are you made of iron? You are made of iron, holding a hammer. Oh, I see. I have to find out. Tauren statues. The owl says that Tauren's not it. The feet say that the dragon's telling the truth. The dragon says the owl's telling the truth. And the Tauren is not made of iron, it's stone. Heroic rough stone is broken. So it doesn't even say anything. So you said that was stone. So you're lying, which means that you're lying, which means that you're lying, which means that you're not lying. I think. And then what? Okay, you found the truth, bound to protect this treasure. Did we actually do a puzzle? Look at me go. I figured something out. I am... You know, it's not that I'm bad at riddles, although I am. You know why I'm bad at riddles? I'm bad at riddles because I don't like them, so I don't do them. They're trying to trick me, and I find that very rude. They set up their words to make you think one thing when they really mean another thing. And they think they're so clever. And it's mean. Wouldn't be good at doing riddles under pressure like on stream. I think that we were lucky in that we read them in an order that helped it make sense. I think if I had read those in a different order, it might have gotten me. Word math problems without numbers. Yeah. Whatever part of the brain that requires, mine is atrophied and feeble. Use the sniff thing to find the hidden mouse. Are we sure? I was using my sniff thing. I will poke around, but I was using it and I wasn't getting anywhere with it. So we'll loot this. We'll pick the guy back up. Hi. You smell anything?
I don't smell anything.
Hallway across from the pots. The starting hallway. Okay, let's see.
I don't smell anything. I don't smell anything.
Because it's possible it's just random. It's possible it's not guaranteed. Oh, no, you're right. There it is. You're absolutely right. Treasure whiskers. Do I have to kill him? I hope I don't have to kill him. Don't make me kill treasure whiskers. They steal all sorts of things from us. You're gonna make me kill him? Alright. This must be the one that the hunter tamed. Or maybe they just named it after them. Okay, so I got a little key. And then I don't know where I used the little key.
I don't smell anything. I don't smell anything.
I also got a wriggling worm that I guess I take back to somebody.
I don't smell anything.
Is there an extra treasure chest I was missing? It's the only source for that hunter pet, so he's popular. Okay.
I don't smell anything.
Yeah, I think it was a gold one that I had seen.
I don't smell anything.
Where do I use this
I
key?
don't smell anything.
With the key acquired, you can now open the treasure. Could I have done that instead of the other key that I got? It's the same key as before. Do I just hold on to that and I can... I don't know. It just says soulbound, so I'm assuming I keep it. Alright. Well, get me out of here, I guess. There's nothing else in here to use. Gold's a bit rare. Okay. Alright, well, get me out of here then. Yeah, I'm confused about the bonus key. Smell around for a chest. He didn't smell anything. Maybe I'll find one in a different dig. Sold a couple Primal Convergent. We got some stuff we can turn in. We got a couple extra bricks. Where are my barter boulders? We can turn in this over here. Oh, maybe I needed to talk to Ponzo and Loam first. I may have done this in a bad order. I may have done this in the wrong order. Oh well. Let's go do the other two sniff and seeks. Because he didn't have another quest. He just gave me a boulder. Alrighty. Well, that should make the brick grind for cosmetics less egregious. How come I could never remember where Mirret lives? I just kind of fly around until I trip on him is usually my plan. You'd think I would have gotten the hang of this. I thought it was on the western side. Anyone want to smell anything? Like back here. Yeah, okay. How am I going to remember this? It's southwestern. Okay.
How can I help? See you soon.
A lake? Okay. I want something I can see on the map, because I don't see the lake on the map. If I can't find near it, I probably can't find the lake either. Alright, what's your deal? I'm just gonna kill some stuff to start. Just go away, excuse me. If you would be so kind. Elementals don't seem big, that's relief. Where should we start? In from the east, a fair new wind doth blow, and on its gale is change for us below. Oh, jeez. What's your deal? You're locked. You need a thingy. You are just one of those bonus thingies that we can just turn in, which is nice. Get the legendary evoker pet? No, not yet. I heard about it, but I haven't looked into it more specifically yet. Here, come here. Can you smell anything?
I don't smell anything. I don't smell anything.
Let's chat with him. What do I need to do? Select the elements in each direction. Once you have done so, we'll do battle. Determine. Okay. Got it. So he said, in from... Hang on, I gotta talk to the thing again. It said, in from the something, a wind doth blow. So I gotta make one of those things wind.
I don't smell anything.
Let's go see if I can find any other clues. Oh, I see. We've got, like, red, blue, white. In from the east, the wind doth blow. Okay, so wind... Order? And then blue and then red. From right to left. And then blue and then red. So. In from the east. I'm going to assume this one is east. Choose wind. Air. Earth, I guess, not order. Earth. And then blue. Blue, which would be water. And then red, which is fire. None of your selections are correct.
Doesn't seem right.
Man! Maybe I'll rotate them one. Oh, I fell. I tripped. You know what? You walk yourself. I'll rotate them one. Air. Earth? Any better? One of them is correct. I feel like it's the wind. So I could... At least he doesn't kill you. Okay, so now 2 of them are right. So this is definitely wrong. I think. Hey, we did it. Woo! Okay, that's one way to do it. I never know when I'm done one of these things whether or not it's worth just like scouring the rest of the vault with the guy to see if there's any extras that you can get. Or if like you found one thing just on the ground, if that counts as your extra and then you're free to just kind of like leave. Because yeah, you'd think that, because we did it in this order and it didn't like me, but it's okay. You smell anything? You do smell something, all right. There's another treasure whiskers. And then apparently I have to brutally murder the thing. And he gave me a beetle. Nothing hidden past the puzzle clues in like 4 to 5 digs. Is there always a mouse? Is there a mouse every single time? Also, did I open the thing? Champion's crystal? Can I open the treasure? I think I forgot to open the thing. Yeah, I did forget to open the thing. There we go. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's Reptide then. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. I want to turn in the Crispity Crunchery and the Good Time Boy just to see if now that I've turned in the Barter Brick quest, if they'll start giving me or boulders rather than bricks. They do give boulders rather than bricks now. Okay, so you want to turn in the boulder thing as soon as you get it because you do need to turn it in before they'll start giving you the stuff. Gotcha. Good to know. Good to know. Because those are worth 3 each, I believe, so it's like getting 6 for each one. Plus some reputation, not too bad. One more dig. Over by the southwest. There we go.
There's treasure everywhere. Just
Send me in.
snip it out.
I don't want any hints, so I'm gonna minimize chat for just a minute, and I'm gonna see if I can work this one out on my own. Okay. This thing again. What do we got? Pressure plates.
I don't smell anything. I don't smell anything.
Fire charge, frost charge. Spooky unlabeled thing. Frost fire cache.
I don't smell anything.
Anything going on up here aside from the cache?
I don't smell anything.
I don't smell anything.
I don't smell anything.
You have to do this with dialogue sound on. It's really the only way.
Smell anything.
All right, so let's
I don't smell anything.
plonk you down here. All right. Okay. How many of those do I need? 1? Because that was like right in front of me, so that's like weird, right? There's a key over there. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, okay. That's just a reset. It's a neutralizing charge. Okay, I thought that was what I needed to get, and I thought, well, that's weirdly easy. Alrighty. Well, this is fine. Anybody that's done Emerald can do that. And then I'm assuming we need to go back and do it the other way. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm just trying to go back. I'm just trying to go back. Yeah. I wonder if it zaps me off, it'll just port me back here. Okay. You scoot here.
I don't smell
And
anything.
then I pick up this one. And then my key fragment is... Uh-oh. Oh, oops, sorry. On the right-hand side, okay. Probably easier for me to go around with it. And not try to... well, of course you can't fight it. What, you think you can just go the wrong way through a revolving door? So you can get hit up to 10 times, so it's pretty forgiving. Combine. And then I can just do the thing, I'm guessing? May as well. Right here. Don't see why not. These are kind of cute. I think I might like them better than the Zero-Light Caverns puzzles, because at least there's less running around. The Zero-Light Caverns was a lot of just remembering where you left a thing, and then going back to... like, once you'd figured out which thing was which, it wasn't that big of a deal. We got the goodies, but we want more goodies.
I don't smell anything. I don't smell anything.
We're looking for this mouse. He's gonna be in here somewhere.
I don't smell anything.
Alright, I'm getting jetpack.
I don't smell anything.
This one took a couple of minutes. Okay.
I don't smell anything.
So I got 15 minutes before the cave collapses. Presumably we can find our mousey before then.
I don't smell anything.
I feel like I did this pretty thoroughly.
I don't smell anything.
I wonder if there is a mouse in each one now that I've got my rep level, or if this one's just... he doesn't smell anything.
I don't smell anything.
We did try up here pretty thoroughly. I guess I can go try by the end. Congrats on your own DOS amount, Reismakoff. That's awesome. That's fantastic. He doesn't smell anything.
I don't smell anything.
Mira is telling me in chat to just pick him up when I'm good to go. He doesn't seem to think there's going to be anything extra to get.
I don't smell anything.
If I really do the rounds up here and I don't find anything, I'm going to assume that there is no mouse in this one.
I don't smell anything.
Which is kind of a bummer because I didn't find any extra, like, thingies either. It was just kind of the main puzzle and then that was it.
I don't smell anything.
I think we're out of luck.
I don't smell anything.
It's not that big of a zone.
I don't smell
He doesn't
anything.
smell anything.
I don't smell anything.
Backpack/backpack. No.
I don't smell anything.
Alright, get me out of here. So I guess the mouse isn't guaranteed, but maybe quite likely? Chapter 7 out yet? That's a good question. It says return later, so I'm guessing not. Yeah, the digs, I think, for me are redeemed by the fact that they are pretty brief. You do them once a week. You can kind of crank them out in pretty short order. And you get decent, so you get some stuff for doing them. It's not wild amounts of stuff, but yeah, it's a decent source of the barter boulders. Basically, if you want collectibles, if you're looking for gear and power, and I think this is something they've been trying to do in general, but if you're looking for gear and power and you're the kind of person that is doing keys and raids, a lot of this you can skip. But if you want to, experience everything and you want to get all the collectibles, then there's lots of different things to kind of engage with. That's how I was feeling about the Firak assaults, is that I don't really, unless I really want the cosmetic, the Mog set color, I'm kind of good. I don't really need it. I can just kind of leave that one alone. So the other world quests that we have up are in the Caldera, and I've decided I don't do Caldera quests, but you know what I can do before I go, actually, is we can do the Zakali Elders. Chance it. I don't know. Transmog? What kind of gear track do you get from them anyways? Something. Doesn't take 3 hours of key farming, then 45 minutes of opening doors. Yeah. Excited to make my Draenei lock. I think Chapter 7 comes out next week for whatever reason. Yeah, I wonder what we get for it. Dislike the number of currencies living in my bags, though. There's a pretty solid split of currencies in your bag versus currencies in the currency tab. I've found. Sakali elders are like all the way. Get on the ground, sure, yeah. But yeah, it's quite a few things. I'm hoarding up my unearthed fragrant coins until I have enough to buy the things that I want from them, because I don't want to have the coins plus the coveted baubles. I want to have like one or the other and not both. So I am just stacking up these guys until I have enough to buy the other things, and then I'll convert them all at once is my plan. If you guys could like leave me be. I want to do the elders. I do not, thank you. I do not want to do anything else. Do I want to heal elders? Not really. I mean, I can. You know what occurred to me recently? I don't really miss bonus rolls. I mostly remember bonus rolls as spending a bunch of gold and some amount of time to get them and then getting unlucky. If they were ever going to bring bonus rolls back, and I think the vault has kind of helped supplement what bonus rolls used to be, but if they were ever going to bring them back, I would want them to be just like free, just like a couple extra gimmies. But even then, I don't know. It's like too much gear if you're guaranteed a thing, and it's too annoying if you're not. I think I'd rather just not have it. Yeah, the crest and the shards are quite a bit on top of everything else. I feel like they could stand to give a bigger reagent bag and reagent bank.
Do not worry, Golda. I will crush these pests for you.
The only pest here is
Barth Vader, thank you very much for the 7-month resub. Hi, Hazel. I totally agree. We need bigger bags. It was a little tight, but like kind of manageable in the first patch as you were getting used to all of these different elemental things and all the different, you know, qualities of reagents. But, you know, we had the new reagent bag to kind of make up for it. But it seems like 10.1 really just added more mats, plus all of the crests and the crest fragments. But you're still working with the same amount of bag space that you were back before you had to do any of that.
Succumb to your final twilight.
I don't know much about how this fight works, to be honest with you. I've done it once. I don't remember it, really. Druid that plays all 4 specs gets crowded in my bags? Oh, I bet. Did they get a buff for being together? Damage received reduced by 90%, yeah. Huh. Well, that's something that we've learned. 34 slot bags. Mega cheap in my server. Oh, I see. We just have one tank. We just have one tank. Oh, poor guy.
Fall in ruin.
Everybody in the chat's just yelling at him to tank them apart, and he's just like, I only have 2 hands. Oh, jeez.
flames run wild.
Succumb to your final twilight.
A glorious eruption.
Oh, man. All right. No, we just don't have a second tank. Hey Hazel, how have you been? I've been doing good. I've been doing good. How have you been? I'm enjoying some summer.
Shadows burn.
This is going to be a bit of a rough one.
Growing darkness.
Spicy world boss fight. Kept bringing them together. We just need a second tank. I'm hoping. I don't even know if our group is listed still. It is listed.
Final twilight.
It's not my group. We've gotten 30% of their health off. It's something. Evoker legendary win. I don't know. I don't know. I need to figure out what the details of it are. It's a weapon, right? Good evening, Hazel and everyone. Good evening. Fist weapon? So I need an offhand? Never used a caster fist weapon. Do I have an offhand I'm saving? I guess it'll be a later me problem. We'll try and hang on to one.
Growing darkness.
I wonder what's pulling them apart sometimes. If there's just like hunters sacrificing their pets or DPS ret pallies that are just bravely taunting. How's everyone's Wednesday? Can't complain so far. I'm hoping to avoid a big energy crash in the afternoon. I've been sleeping real good, but I don't know. It's hard. It's tough. This is a spicy fight. Maybe I should have been healing. Might have helped. Oh, they don't share health. Okay.
I will dance in your ass.
I wonder if it's bad to kill them one at a time.
Blistering gloom. Growing darkness.
No, come back! Stay here! Uh-oh. We've almost got the one down. I wonder if that's a good thing or not. I guess we'll find out. At least we can't tank them together if one of them's down.
Possess the ferocity of a flickering candle, Golda.
Not bad to kill one at a time. Okay. Sometimes they get you. Sometimes there's like an enrage. Hopefully we get something, even if it's just for transmog. But after this, I'm gonna wrap up for the day. I'll be back for tomorrow's stream, which I imagine will start with some coffee and crafting. My favorite. Any luck? Shadow Flame Crest Fragments. Do we loot anything directly? Not really. What have we got over here? Any loot? Nope. Okie dokie. Well, we tried. Let's just kind of hearth out of here. No, I would not like to use RC Loot Cancel with this group. Have I finished Aberrus? And if yes, how disappointed were you with the cinematic? I have finished Aberrus. It's uncharacteristic for me to watch cinematics, but I did let it play because everybody else was. And I didn't really have any expectations, so I couldn't be let down, but I did think it was kind of funny that it was just Sarkareth being like, oops, owie, oh no. You know, you kill the boss and it's on the platform being like, I wish I wasn't dead. Darn it. Yeah, I thought that was, yeah, it was pretty, it was funny. Thanks for the stream. Oh, what did I finish over here? Oh, apparently I didn't. Apparently that was all they wanted me to do. What rep do I want? Any of them? Yeah, doesn't really matter.
Aspects watch over you.
Oh, it's BOA. Oh, yeah. Neat. BlizzCon reaction? What's the reaction? I have found out about it already. I don't think I really did a big surprised face or anything. They're going to have a BlizzCon. I don't currently plan on going. I could change my mind, but I'm not planning a trip at this time. Hashtag spoilers. Ouch. Oops. Whoops, a daisy do. So, that is it for me today. I will be back tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Appreciate your company. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.